recommend like soda?
I feel like
Pop Rocks
that makes sense, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Screen Tongue 20 Part 1.
Woo!
This is the Harmony Korine special episode. We're talking about kids, Gummo, Julien Donkey Boy, and Ken Park. And so we've pretty much, it's just been a week since the last episode. And I'm pretty sure this is, I mean, unless if you guys have watched anything else, this is all I've watched. Wait, I think I did watch one thing. What the fuck did I watch? What was it? Oh, American Pop. I told you about that.
yeah.
I watched American Pop.
The animated movie?
Yeah, I really like that movie. I wasn't expecting it to be so good, but it's super good. I love Ralph Bakshi. I already liked him, but now I love him.
Okay.
For the viewers, what about it? Did you dig so much?
His animation style is pretty unique because he does this thing called rotoscope. I mean, the animation style is it's a little bit old and you can kind of tell, but the way rotoscope works is they draw over like actual footage of people. So the movement looks like super fluid. It looks like very lifelike. It's very, like his stuff is very unique in that way. At least his stuff of like people, like Fritz the Cat isn't like that. They don't rotoscope or anything like that.
Does it look like the movement just looks really fluid?
Yeah, you'll see what I mean if you ever watch it.
Okay.
It's just like super, like just lifelike. You can't like animate like that. It's just
Where was this in like his filmography?
This was in 1981.
Okay.
And so I told you guys a little bit about it. It's a movie about 4 generations of the same family. Like they moved to America, and it shows them and like their involvement in just like pop culture in America at the time, from like the early 1900s to like the late 1970s and technically the 80s, but they made it in 1981, so they didn't really know what the 80s were going to be like. So like it was kind of funny seeing like their interpretation of what the 80s was going to be like. Like they got some of it right, but not all of it. But it was a cool movie. I really liked that movie.
Is it like supposed to be more dramatic, comedic?
I'd say both.
Okay.
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Throughout the movie, I was just constantly saying like, wow, this is a cool fucking movie.
Ralph Bakshi did Fritz the Cat, Lord of the Rings, Wizards.
Wizards. He did one called Coonskin.
do they all have like a similar like look to them? Or like would you say that American Pop like looked like Wizards and shit like that?
I'd say Wizards looks more like Fritz the Cat.
Okay.
Just because those ones don't use rotoscope. Like that's just like they're just drawing the people.
Yeah.
In terms of the rotoscope, I know they did it in this one. They did it in the Lord of the Rings movie. And then I think they did it in one more place, but I forget. The rest of the movies are all just like animated just by hand. But it's similar in the look in that like you can tell it's like old animation, but it still like looks good. Like it's very like like for whatever it lacks in like fluidity, it makes up for just like style. Like just all the movies have a lot of style. Like even the writing, like the dialogue has a lot of style to it. It's just really fun to listen to.
Nice.
People tend to seem to
yeah,
enjoy him.
They're really cool.
I know you said we saw Wizards at Zia the other day.
Oh yeah.
I might pick it up sometime.
Yeah, it's yeah, I won't say anything about the movie, but I remember we watched the movie when we were really stoned and enjoyed that one.
It was a
too.
good experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That movie's really cool.
Fritz the Cat was like the first like adult animated movie.
Yeah.
Or like one of the first
big ones.
Okay.
For sure. It was like the one that was like their slogan was like we're not rated X for nothing, baby. Or some shit like
Okay.
that. But yeah, they draw like nudity like soup like it's nothing, you know.
Okay.
But you can see like watching those movies, like watching Fritz the Cat, you can see how like shit like Heavy Metal and like South Park and stuff got made afterwards.
Is Fritz the Cat on its own pretty cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He does this thing in Fritz the Cat and Wizards where they'll be showing like not really the plot, but like Wizards has more of a plot. Fritz the Cat kind of does, but it's more just like stuff happening. But they'll have parts where they just go away and show like 2 characters just talking.
Okay.
It's just like talking about random shit, and it's written by I mean like Ralph Bakshi's like a Jewish dude from like the East Coast, so like the dialogue's good, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's also like stoner dialogue, like East Coast stoner dialogue. It's
That's
really
cool.
fucking cool. But yeah, and then I watched the Harmony Korine movies like you guys.
Oh, someone's on there.
Let's see. All right, Elwood, what movie are you talking about? I was talking about American Pop by Ralph Bakshi. Have you seen Heavy Metal? Yes, and I really fucking like that movie. Elwood said no, I haven't yet. Waffenseer, did you like it? Yeah, it's great. It's pretty weird though. Elwood has seen parts of Heavy Metal. I was talking about it.
You said something on Letterboxd, like if you haven't seen American or Heavy Metal, you haven't lived or something.
Dude, I really liked Heavy Metal. I was I stoned? I was stoned, so that's unfair. But I dug the fuck out of Heavy Metal because I just wasn't expecting. Like I've seen a lot of old animation, but like I haven't seen like those movies. Like I haven't seen Heavy Metal yet, and it's like I wasn't expecting it to be so creative. Like it genuinely just felt fresh to me.
Okay.
And
yeah. Wasn't the music really good?
Should I like this? Yeah, if you like heavy metal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like all heavy metal.
But it's like 80s heavy metal.
80s heavy metal. And some other like 80s songs. Like they have Devo in there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Devo's cool.
I just like the animation in that one a lot. Even though it's like pretty kind of dated. It's also very clearly a stoner movie. It's pretty cool. But yeah, old animation's cool.
All right.
I really like old animation.
It's on my watch list.
Let's see. One here said the animated Lord of the Rings series aren't too bad. Yeah, I've seen parts of them. I haven't watched them all the way through. I haven't seen the rest, but that's my favorite for now. Oh, the sex robot part. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sex.
That was one of my favorite ones.
Damn.
Okay. Did you guys watch anything else, or do you guys want to dig right in?
Nothing worth mentioning, I don't think.
All right, cool. Elijah.
I'm getting through Ham on Rye.
Oh, what part are you at?
Like where they're in 7th grade.
Okay, you don't have to say anymore.
Yeah,
because I know Anthony's reading it too.
Yeah. What part are you at?
Chapter 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did you get to the part with the teacher?
Yeah, I passed that. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Funny.
You know what
that
part
was
I'm
funny.
Talking
That
about?
was
It's pretty
really
funny, right? Yeah.
That book has like great dry humor. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like the shit is like pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of funny.
We're gonna make a book podcast now.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Naked
book club.
Lunch, Ham on Rye.
Naked Lunch, yeah, that'd be good.
The Joy Luck Club.
Joy Luck Club.
My favorite animated
But for
film is
screen
the
time.
Heartless music video. I don't think I've seen that.
The Heartless music video?
Is that good? Have you seen, you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Send a link, Elwood. If it's on YouTube.
Is it like called the Heartless music video, or is it like the music
Oh
video
no,
for
you know
the Heartless?
the Kanye West song Heartless.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
In the night I hear him go, told story ever told.
It's fucking
That
Elwood.
works out.
Oh, fucking Elwood. All right.
What's your favorite music video?
Oh fuck.
Probably the
dude.
90210 one, the Travis Scott one.
Really?
The doll one.
Damn. Okay.
It's up there. That one, and then I really like the actually
Backcountry,
you
let's
guys
go.
you guys say one first before I say no.
Okay.
Who is this? Gabe Itch. How's it going, man? I don't recognize you.
What's their name?
Are you following? Gabe Itch. You know that dude? I like that SpongeBob shit. Yeah, me too, man. My grandma painted that shit. I think it means that. It's called Bold and Brass.
Bold and Brass.
Yeah, that's what the painting's actually called.
OMG.
Bold and Brass. And then my grandma fucking signed it at the bottom.
Yeah, I
She
saw.
initialed it.
I always saw that. I always thought that
Was
was
it-
cool.
Oh, there's more down there.
VJB, yeah.
Someone yelled, I think.
Oh shit. He said lol. I like the window liquor music video. Aphex Twin, let's
Oh.
go. It's me, Alpha.
Did we watch
Alpha
that
Kenny? Oh
Yeah, I
shit.
think we
Yo,
did.
what's up, Alpha Kenny? I think that's what he's talking
Is
What's
about.
the
going
A-
on, Alpha Kenny?
one? Is the
What's going on
Apex
at Woods?
Twin one? Is that the one where like with
There
the
you go, yeah.
girls and like the big limousine?
Aphex Twin has like a bunch of.
I think you showed us that one.
Which
Do
one?
you remember the one with like all the TVs and like the school children like running through the shit? With
Whoa.
the,
Oh,
the
it's
old
like
the old lady with the dog. Oh, and like the monsters like screaming at the old
It's
lady.
pretty creepy, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, somebody said, "Do you agree that consent is overrated?" Yeah, it's overrated for like so many things.
Like
If you ask a girl for consent, you a bitch. Fucking Elwood.
Elwood said
I'm gonna
that.
tell Jalen. Elwood said that. Yeah. Do you agree that consent is overrated? Yeah, like if somebody has to ask me consent for like a fucking ice cream sandwich, it's like fuck you. Dude.
I was gonna say for like that, like to to hold the door or something.
Yeah.
I've been hitting devious licks today. Have you seen the devious licks memes?
Mm-mm.
It's like people like coming home and like unzipping their bag and pulling out shit they stole from like school or like just random ass places. Like, check out these devious licks, and they pull out like a fucking water fountain or some shit like that from school. It's just dumb shit like that. I like that dude's guavo glasses. I think he's talking to you, Elijah.
The chat's
Consent is
popping.
pretty cool sometimes. No, I'm kidding. I think when it comes to sex and consent, I think you can really just tell through body language. If you can't read body language, stay away from sex for real. Anybody I know who's like gotten like rape allegations, were all people I know who like I know for a fact can't read body language.
Yeah.
Like those dudes just like they
Or
don't
don't
know.
want to.
Or don't want. Yeah, exactly. Either or. So yeah, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about with body language, you should
watch Kids and Fat Girls.
Watch
watch
some
Kids
Charisma on Command, and you'll learn all about it.
There you go. Bat has the coolest fit all the time, though. You just call me Bat. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Bat.
Bat. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna start using that. That's the first time.
That works.
Yo, Alpha, you're the first one who coined that. Term,
Shout out
man.
to Alpha.
Badass.
Bat.
I'm gonna remember that one. That one's cool.
Can you give us names too? Actually,
give
I'm
him
nervous.
that.
I'm nervous.
Like fuckhead and butt muncher.
Yeah.
What's your favorite music video, Norby?
Dude, that's hard because I don't remember.
Or like,
Yeah.
Like-
let me try to think if I can remember any music videos. I like there's this one animated one by this dude called Kenichi. What the fuck? The song's called Extra. I thought that one was cool. I was watching that in my editing class. I was getting goosebumps as I was watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's it called?
It's called Extra by Kenichi. It's just
Goosebumps from what?
oh, you know one of my favorite. It's just I like the visuals.
Okay.
Anything that like matches visuals and music is just like I fuck with that shit. What else? Oh, the Smack My Bitch Up Prodigy. The music video for that is banned on YouTube. You have to just look it up on Google. Yeah, you can't watch it on YouTube.
Is it like a copyright thing?
No, it's a fucking like it's not appropriate. And it's like it's not that bad.
Wow.
It's really not, but YouTube's just like we have to get rid of this one. What's your opinion on calling someone a gamer? Not much. I mean, if someone plays games, I call them a gamer.
Usually, it's like
I'm like an ex-gamer. I'm not a true gamer anymore.
Is that like a controversial subject?
Gamers?
Calling someone a gamer?
Nah, I mean,
I wouldn't want to be called a gamer. I mean, I don't play games, but like
there is a
if I-
negative connotation with it.
If I did, I might be a little embarrassed. Maybe not though, because if I like games, fuck it, I'm a gamer.
Some
Yeah.
people have a negative connotation with
it's
it.
because I mean, there's different kinds of gamers, but like actual gamers are like definitely racist. Not like legit racist, but like
They say like the N-word.
they say the N-word. You know, they don't really like most of the whenever I was gaming, like we all said the N-word. You know, and I'm not gonna like be a bitch and lie about it. It's like, yeah, I did. I did, you know, I played games. But I played games, you know. But it's not like anybody I knew actually was like hated black people or anything. It's just like that's what everybody
of the
was. It's like
culture.
literally what
Yeah.
everybody was doing. I don't think like normal people, normies, whatever the fuck, NPCs. I don't think they understand that. They don't understand like how brutal we got with like our dialect, you know. We were just ruthless. We just said whatever we wanted. Wappeteer said they're the most oppressed people. Guy in the yellow shirt looks like he plays D&D. You don't play. You never talk about Dungeons and Dragons once.
I wish I was that cool. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, me too.
I've played D&D before. It's
Dang.
all right.
It's all right.
Okay,
It's all right.
Wait, we should play D&D. I feel like that would be fun.
Dude, don't let me do the campaign. I'm gonna take forever doing that shit.
You played D&D?
Nah, but I know how it works. I need like make
It's
a
all
character.
right.
We need
It's all right.
a dungeon master though to help us out.
It can be really fun, but it can also get like boring as shit sometimes.
My friend Mikey wants to do it. Try his hand at like dungeon
Let
master.
us know.
Yeah, so he's trying to do that shit. I'll let you guys know.
It's
for
got to be
sure.
like quick paced because like I've done it before with like 10 people, and like once someone gets distracted, like it's a ripple effect, and then everyone gets distracted, and it takes like super long to like do like simple tasks. But if everyone's like on it and like paying attention and like critically thinking, it can be like a lot of fun.
Fuck
You
yeah.
guys know how James Gunn has his own D&D
Really?
Hollywood ring though, where like all like the
What the fuck?
directors and actors who play
Nah.
they all meet up in his,
That's
in his
actually pretty
house.
cool.
Yeah.
When you are on it too, like you can see like crazy shit happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like one time I was fighting this pirate queen and like I was like supposed to die and I was like attacking her with like this like special bow and I rolled 3 nat 20s in a row and I killed her.
Dang.
It's cool.
Dang.
It's cooler than it sounds. Like when you're in the moment and shit like that happens, it's like wow. It feels like God is there with you.
Somebody said they donated $69. I don't see it. If you did, I'm so sorry. If you did, let me see. Somebody said, what the fuck this guy say? What's your favorite part of segregation?
The pictures.
Waffen Cedar said peace and quiet. Motherfucker. My favorite part of segregation is just how much cleaner the air feels. Fucking
Oh shit!
Elwood.
I almost forgot to say. I was just gonna post for live.
Oh yeah, go ahead, do that. Yeah.
Oh, also, hey, shout out to everyone in the chat. Chat's
Yeah,
blowing
It's
up.
going
Yeah. What
good.
the fuck?
Have you guys seen or you've read Raisin in the Sun?
Yeah.
I want to see the movie. Raisin in the Sun's pretty cool.
I feel like I read that in middle school, but I forgot everything about it.
Maybe.
We have to read the fucking It might be the same one. Is it the one where it's like all in like an apartment complex
Kind of.
and they plant shit?
The mom got like an insurance payoff because her husband died, and they're trying to like find out what they want to do with the money.
Which one am I thinking of?
They're planting shit.
Yeah, there's this one where they're like
Is it a play?
probably.
It's
I had to read it in middle school. And it's like they're all planting shit, like planting like plants, and they start a garden. I forget what it's called. That you're on a college campus, right? Not at this moment. And I'm in my garage right now. I'm in the
bat.
Yeah, I'm in the Bat College campus. Who's your favorite African American?
Who's in the chat right now?
Dude, there's 9 people watching right now.
Oh wow. Shit.
Mods, please don't ban. I'm the only mod, bro. I don't care what you say. It's not that serious, Mel Gibson. So Bat, any devious licks hit lately? No, not lately. I just started a job at a fucking gas station. It's pretty fucking tight. Got this name tag and everything. It's not that serious. You don't care. Oh, dude, tossing out the N-word.
Oh boy.
Well, don't worry. I can block that shit out in the edit. All right. So, do you guys? This is, by the way, this is the movie podcast. The normal podcast is on hold till all the editing's done. So probably like 2 weeks or so. Do you guys want to get into the movies?
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for this episode, for people just tuned in, my name. Talk about kids. We'll talk about kids for sure. We'll start with that one. My name's Norby. You guys down bad. Fuck off. Mac Daddy. What was that? 4 Ds? 5 Ds? Because shoddy. The fuck? Logan? Nah. All right. Anyways, let's start with the movies. So we watched all the first 4 Harmony Korine movies, right? Do you just want to go in order?
Yeah, that's
Kids,
probably the best
Gummo.
way to do
That's
it.
what I was thinking too. Do you guys want to start? Do you want me to start?
Well, you seem to.
Yeah, I feel
You're,
like
you're the Harmony Korine guy. So
Okay.
set us up.
Well, I first started watching Trash Humpers. That's the first one I saw. That's like, when it comes to Harmony Korine, I don't think it gets any harder than that. That's like balls of all Harmony Korine shit. Then I watched Kids. Then I started from, then I went in order. I watched Kids, and I remember that movie, like, in terms of movies that influenced the way I looked at it, like we looked at cinema, all that shit. I'd say recently, it was like definitely like Clerks, then Good Time, then Kids. Because after I saw Kids, I was just like, I didn't know people could like write quite like that, But yeah, the tone.
Kids is fucking
Just like
awesome.
how fucking like disgusting it feels, or just like how it feels sweaty almost,
It
Yeah.
is sweaty.
It feels like
Feels
everybody's
humid.
sweating,
yeah, it's just humid.
That opening shot, like you can see the sweat on their face, and it's like it's gross,
Let me see. Some people are leaving. Okay, Bat, I'm gonna call you Bat, but I'm off to troll some other people. Have a good podcast. Thank you very much, man. You have a good one.
Peace
Let's
out,
see.
film fans.
Have a good one.
Approximately how many Reds do you guys participate in? I don't participate in any of them. Redditors are fucking stupid, man. Have you seen Harmony Korine interviews? Yeah. Oh yeah, I love his interviews. His interviews are fucking good. Have a good podcast. You too, man. Thanks for not muting me, of course, man. Come back anytime.
Oh,
My school and class.
whoever said the interview thing, you seen
sub?
the one.
You can't sub because I haven't been what's it called, affiliate? I'm not affiliate yet. I need to get more consistent viewers.
Hey, shout us out. Spread the word.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you want to sub, then you got to get us more subs.
Yeah.
Make
All
some
right, for
bots.
sure, man. All right, cool. You have a good one, dude. Let me see. What did I would say? My class school used to gather and watch Trash Humpers together while we ate lunch. Fuck
Whoa.
yeah. Because I would went to LVA.
Yeah.
So yeah, Trash Humpers is it's a cool movie.
It's a cult classic over
Yeah,
there.
it's but man, I wasn't like, I don't think I'd ever seen anything quite like Trash Humpers. I've seen like short like videos and stuff, but not like a full on like, if you could call it a movie, you know.
That one looks hard.
It was. Watching it the second time is like, it's fun because once you get it,
Okay.
it's just like let's go fucking Trash Humpers. We're watching
Okay.
Trash Humpers. The Letterman interviews are funny, dude. Yeah, I like all the Letterman interviews are great.
You seen the the spiderweb one or whatever it is, the branches?
Oh, the Fox DNA one.
yeah, the DNA. Fox
that was
DNA.
a Trash Humpers interview as well.
Dang.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite Harmony Korine videos.
That's my
He has this
favorite
one called what is your advice to like future
Yes,
future
yes, yes,
filmmakers?
yes, yes,
That
yes.
one's good. Like that's just like after he said that, I was like, damn, I
Yeah,
want
he's
to
at like
make him
Sundance
proud.
or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. I like that video.
What's he talk about?
They just ask him a bunch of questions and they're like,
He just
Um,
says like to be original and shit.
yeah.
Okay.
What do you say? He said to like he didn't want to. He wants to see something new. You know, something that
Okay.
hasn't been done before. Just shit like that. He says it better though. But it's cool. All right. So what do you guys think about kids?
Is this the first time you've seen it?
Yeah, this is the first time I've
Nice.
seen kids. Well, I guess my relationship with this movie though kind of started around like 4 or 5 years ago, and I heard about it, whatever shit, and not that it was impossible to find, but I just like I gave up on searching for it, and so it was nice to finally get to it.
Fuck yeah.
And I don't know. Once you know about kids, and you haven't seen it though, it's strange when you watch a film that meets your expectations but isn't disappointing. Like in terms of like when something like you go in and you expect something from the film and it delivers it to you, you're like, oh well, I guess I expected that. But this one, you know, I guess just because of how edgy it is, you know, and like
Yeah.
you know, I'm expecting something, you know, different, unique, and that's what you get, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I dug this movie.
Yeah.
Elijah, this is your second time.
This
right?
is the second time.
Mine
I watched
too.
it like in February just because I know
Was
you
it
really
February?
like it.
Was it really February?
Mhm.
I watched it like
Yeah.
in February.
Oh shit! Wow, I thought it was
Because I know you talked
Man,
to
time
me.
flies.
Yeah, it's gone by quick.
Mhm.
I know, like, I remember when we first met, we kind of talked about it a little bit, and I'd heard of the movie, kind of heard of its reputation, you know, and I think I had the movie spoiled for me too before I watched it the first time, but I remember seeing it the first time, and that movie flew by. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
oh
it
shit,
goes.
this is fucking.
It's
This
not-
is cool.
It's not that long either.
No, it's only an hour and a half.
none of his movies
but
are that long.
it's like, I guess to put it, we'll talk about this, but like, Julien Donkey Boy is like an hour and a half, and this is like an hour and a half, and this goes by like for me a lot
They
quicker
do,
than Julien
yeah.
Donkey
Okay,
Boy.
that's a good.
So
That's a good thing to bring up, actually.
Yeah, and just watching it again, it like, I was happy to watch it again. I'm like, I really like this movie. I really
Me too.
like.
I really, yeah.
I'd put this in like a top 30 movies.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I
Cool.
really love this movie just because it's like it does deal with like some rough subject matter, but it's extremely entertaining,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And for a movie that doesn't really have a big structure, it's literally just watching these kids
Be kids.
conduct like their day routine, you know, and they're like kind of like skaters, punk rockers kind of
Mhm.
type of vibe, and
And
it's
New York.
great. Yeah, New York.
New York.
Just the way everyone talks, the way they conduct themselves, everything about this movie. Let's like get into it.
Yeah, dude. Fucking every time I watch this movie, I mean, this is only my second time, but I feel like it's gonna be like this every time. The opening scene, you know, like you see them fucking, and he goes downstairs, you know, like spits down the staircase and shit. But the first like real dialogue between Telly and Casper, like it caught me off guard a second time too. Like it's just so like they just get right in, you know.
Mhm.
It's just like I don't even talk like that, you know. I don't know anybody who talks like that. So like the fact that they can write dialogue like that and it's still kind of like it works. It works in like you believe that there are people like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But it just sets a tone right there. I mean, the fucking sets a tone, but like seeing people talk about it, because like a big part of this movie is like you see people fucking and that's like a different vibe. But then seeing people talking about sex and stuff is like a big part of this movie. Like there's the whole AIDS thing, and then people talking, like they have the whole like back and forth between the girls and the guys.
That
talking
seems
about
great.
sex.
Yeah.
I remember even like watching the girls talk about sex is just like, I don't know, it's just like it's so good, you know, especially
It's so interesting too, just the way like the guys think about it compared to the way the girls think about it, and then like the things that the guys talk about that they think the girls like.
The
And
way
then the
that
girls
it's
talk
cut,
about
it's cut pretty
Yeah,
smart.
yeah. Like the guys talk about, someone brings up like girls love sucking dick, and then the
Yeah.
girls talk about it, and it's like they don't like it. You
Yeah.
know, it's just funny.
it helps that they're from like New York too. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like they got all the opinions, like the tone, their face.
They're not
everything.
afraid to
It's all
say
out
what they
there.
think.
Yeah,
You know, and they're just kind of like, in general, like kind of rough.
yeah.
I really love the opening shot. The opening shot like kind of tells you right away like this is what this movie's gonna be.
Mhm.
And it's like held for an uncomfortable amount of time. You know,
Yeah.
it's
a lot
like
of shots in there like that.
they're like actually like French kissing too,
Yeah.
and it's gross. And then there's something about the girl, like the girl looks very young,
right. Yeah.
and then Telly's sweating, and it's like it makes you feel sweaty.
Yeah.
You know, it's gross.
I don't know the ages of all the actors. I know for a fact that the dude who played Casper, what's his name? Justin Pierce, he was 20. I feel like Telly was probably around the same age, whatever his name is.
Leo
His name-
Fitzpatrick.
Leo Fitzpatrick.
He was in Bully too.
He was in Bully, yeah. What'd you guys think of the main two characters?
Telly and Casper.
Well, Elwood said, "My friend refuses to watch kids because you can't stomach the subject matter."
Damn, he's missing out.
Does
That's a good
does
movie.
the friend like to watch like other Harmony Korine or Larry Clark films, or is it like? Because I feel like
It was just Teletubbies.
yeah, if they watch the other shit, might as well watch this one.
Right? Yeah.
But
If they don't like movies like that, I guess I can.
yeah,
get
I
it,
mean,
but
also I get it too. You don't have to subject yourself to like things.
we
like
kind of watch movies like that, so it's like
Yeah.
a movie like this is kind of like a treat.
Irreversible is what we watch for fun.
Yeah, you know.
For real.
I was I guess like performance wise, I was pleasantly surprised because Bully didn't sell me in terms of like Larry Clark as a director, and it's like this guy just seems like it. I mean, he's done more than me, but still, I don't know what my opinion, what to make of this guy when it comes to film, photography wise and shit like that. He's the real deal.
Yeah.
But then this one here, yeah, it probably comes from him just like spending so much time with the kids too, and like the whole like history of how this film got made and shit like that. But yeah, I guess like going back to like what you were saying about Casper and Telly, great dynamic and great performances from both of them. And I think it just comes from just like that in your face loudness, and I'm fairly certain that these parts were written for them, so you know they can kind of play into what's already a part of them. But sometimes when things are written for certain actors, you know, not that they're phoning it in, but like it feels like they're boxed into like whatever they feel comfortable or their perception is. And with this one, it still felt like their performances felt brave in the sense of like this heightened version of themselves. I don't know. It just worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be. I definitely say it's fair that you have to be brave to play those roles, especially like Telly. Like,
Yeah. I was thinking about that while watching the movie. Like, what were the actors thinking when they were reading the script? You know,
Mhm.
he's like, I wonder how on board they were with it, or like how weird they thought it was, just shit like that.
I have heard that like the film it feels very improvised kind of, but it's pretty scripted, you know.
Yeah, I read parts of the script. I plan on reading the whole thing. I've been putting that shit off for like a year now, but I would scroll through and read parts of it, and it's like pretty true to the script is pretty like dead on to the movie.
It's pretty cool too, because in order to like write like that, you have to have a really solid understanding of that environment.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, he was living that.
And then there's like, it's cool with like the little Harmony Korine cameo. He kind of he seems like he's part of that, but he's like a lot different from like Casper and Telly.
Yeah.
You know,
It's crazy that like that version of Harmony Korine is the person that wrote this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he really looks like he's in high school too.
Yeah.
He wrote it when he was like 19.
19, yeah.
That's just like, that's really cool.
Just fucking start them. Yeah, it's badass. It's a cool story.
Yeah, that is something I think about though, with what you're saying about the script, what they thought about just like shooting it too, because there's like a lot of perverted stuff in there.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems like Larry Clark kind of gravitates towards like material like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he makes it work, you know.
Mhm.
It feels real. He gets like makes real people out of these like characters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to like really be, I feel like, a very good communicator to get people on board with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just like that, like they're walking down the street and like Casper asks like what she tastes like or something like that, and he like puts his fingers to his nose.
Yeah.
You know, it's like gnarly stuff.
Yeah, there's good at communicating, or he's just good at threatening people.
Oh yeah,
fucking, I saw it was at like some expo or some shit. Harmony Korine was talking to like some interviewer on a stage, and like a bunch of people were watching. There was an audience, and they're like, "What's your relationship like with Larry Clark now?" It was like some time has passed, and they don't really work with each other anymore. And he mentioned that Larry Clark punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Larry Clark, he's actually like pretty aggressive guy. Like there's this story about, I think we talked about when on the bully episode, but like one of the producers were bullied. They were at dinner, and like the producer said something at Larry Clark, and Larry Clark got up and fucking punched the guy in the face.
Damn.
And that's why after that Larry Clark really couldn't make movies anymore.
Yeah.
He
He was a Vietnam veteran, wasn't he?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was in the Vietnam War, and then
That's why.
well, also too, like he talked, and I watched some interviews with Larry Clark too, where he talks about like a lot of the times, like the only time he's sober is like when he's like doing work or making films, and every time out of that, he kind of like cycles back into like heroin and all that shit.
That's like
So-
what Tulsa's about. The
Yeah.
photograph.
Is it
book.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
That's
Oh yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I read something today about like the reason like Ken Park didn't get like a huge distribution somewhere was because he punched like some guy. Yeah, it didn't get distributed.
Oh, it might have
in
been
the
for Ken
UK.
Park, not Bully. Yeah.
It because he punched like some UK distributor,
Yeah.
and like the movie isn't. They didn't get, the UK didn't get to see Ken Park. They missed out.
And also, I guess we'll get to it. But yeah, I think the movie, like, it was like a big like political thing in Australia too. They got,
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they banned it, but then like I don't know, the Australian film fans out there would do their own illegal screenings, but like the police would raid it and shit.
What the fuck?
Imagine going to an illegal screening to see Ken Park.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Imagine having police raid it like for
Yeah.
a fucking movie.
Yeah, that is crazy.
They like they just take the film reel and it's like this is illegal. Contraband. Elwood said this movie could be like really preachy, but like I really love how it's open to moral interpretation. And he also said, in regards to his friend that refuses to watch kids, he hates Gummo but loves Julien Donkey Boy. Yeah, I can see that. I like Julien Donkey Boy too.
If you watch the other two, you might as well watch the first one.
Yeah,
then, too,
right.
You know?
Hey.
Maybe he had something spoiled about it though. You just said something about kids that was cool.
What is something that Elwood said about moral interpretation?
Oh yeah. That's pretty. Yeah, this could be a really preachy movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it can be.
The way that it floats around subject matter, and not just in like script wise, but also like visual wise too. I guess like to me the film feels very like observational.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just the way that like the camera kind of just pans off into like the person next to the people making out or shit like that. Like they're on the subway. It's Telly and Casper, and they're just watching people make out. But then the camera just turns to like the people they're sitting next to. They're just like, I don't know, just chilling. Same thing with like when they go to like Chinatown and like the guy that had the oranges and just, I don't know, things like that feel more just like. Instead of being preachy, we see this, you know?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I like some of the lines. Like fucking what is it? This dick. Do you have this dick?
Oh yeah.
That part's good. Or the fucking when they're on the subway and that dude comes out and he's like singing, I have no legs.
I have no legs.
I have no legs.
That part's great.
I like when they're listening to the guy on the accordion.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
That part's cool
dang,
too.
He's really good.
He's like,
and they just walk away. I feel like that's a New York thing too.
Yeah.
Just like getting the characters and shit. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are some like really great lines in it though. When the guys are all together like doing whippets and shit, and they start talking about sex, and Telly starts talking about like condoms, and he's like, I don't like condoms because like
they make your
dick shrink. And then there's like a great cut to like Justin Pierce after he just like smokes something. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything, but you see it in his face. And shit like that.
Yeah.
The Harmony Korine has like some really good dialogue. He's like Jenny,
Yeah.
saying shit like that. And then he like, I like how he like shows her just like people making out.
Yeah.
That's like what he shows her. And then he says something like, they're on ecstasy and they're feeling the effectacy.
Yeah.
That whole sequence is just cool too. Like the place they're at and everything.
Yeah.
It was a
It's
good
like
location.
a club type of thing.
Or I like too, like how like they had like a bouncer and shit like that, but it literally was just kids inside.
Or even like towards the end, like that last party, like those were like actual kids.
Yeah,
those were like some like 12
Yeah.
year olds.
I love the part when it's the 4 kids sitting down and they're sharing the joint.
Yeah.
It looks like too they were smoking like real shit.
Yeah.
You know? I love that part where they buy weed off the like Jamaican dude. Oh, what's he saying?
He said, like, I don't know. I saw like the interviews where older people were horrified and shit, and then like teens saw it and saw nothing wrong with it. I don't know. It's definitely a film that mutates as you get older.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. Like, a reason I like this movie is probably because I'm young. You know,
Yeah.
like if I showed this movie to my grandma or my dad, like I don't know if they'd like really dislike it, but there's something about getting older where you lose that
Edge.
type of you
become an
you gain
NPC.
the freedom.
Yeah.
The freedom of thought almost.
Yeah.
Because when you get older, you kind of like get burdened with all these like responsibilities, and so I think it kind of like physically changes how like you think.
You become responsible.
Yeah.
This is like what I wanted mid 90s to feel like.
Mid
Mid 90s isn't bad, but like this is like mid 90s like reach to like potential.
Jordan Hill talks about that too. He's like, yeah, Kids is the quintessential one, and like I know everyone's
I can see
expecting
that.
that from me, but
No, that's cool
he
too.
talks about
Yeah.
it's not
Mid
wrong.
90s isn't a bad movie, but
Yeah, anybody who
I wish that they could combine mid 90s and Kids though.
that
Yeah,
would
that'd
be
be
pretty
cool.
cool. There's like a lot of side characters in Kids too.
Mid 90s is pussy version of Kids. I always thought mid 90s
Yeah,
was a dumbass name.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just
Yeah.
like I get that it takes place in the mid 90s, but it's like it's not about the mid 90s. It just takes place in the mid 90s. It's like
It's kind of about like the 90s like youth or like
it's mostly about skateboarders though. It's like that's like
It's a moment in time though, because like I feel like at that point being a skateboarder was like, it's like the same when you like, I think like 70s when like rock and roll like or psychedelic rock.
Yeah.
It's like you could be a psychedelic like rock and roll artist now, but it's different than like when Pink Floyd and shit was
Yeah.
around, you know.
I mean I see that. My only qualm with it is like I feel like that title works like it got more attention because it was like a nostalgic type of thing. Like anybody who grew up in the 90s like, oh, I want to see mid 90s.
I think the title just doesn't sound great.
It doesn't roll off the
it's all right.
tongue.
It's all right. Yeah.
Mid 90s, it's like
I feel like it could have had just like
it could have had a cooler title.
it could have had a title that was
Yeah.
more unique to like the material.
Mhm.
That's fair.
But Enough about mid 90s. Yeah, kids. What'd you guys think of the soundtrack?
I remember there's like a punk rock song that goes over the credits. It's pretty cool.
They have a Daniel Johnson song.
Daniel Johnson?
Yeah, when they're
Who's
beating
that?
up the black. Oh, Daniel Johnson.
Daniel Johnson?
Daniel Johnson. You don't know who Daniel Johnson is?
I don't think so.
Dude, Kurt Cobain would wear his shirts.
Really?
It's like the alien looking shirt. It's like the picture of Kurt Cobain going like this. He's wearing that shirt.
It's a
It's like
Daniel
one of the,
Johnson shirt?
yeah. I'm
Is he
surprised
like
you don't
a
know.
punk rock dude?
No, he's like a. Oh fuck! He's got like a mental illness, and he made music all by himself. Yeah.
Okay. That seems pretty cool.
He made outsider music. That's what it's called.
Oh,
Outsider
okay.
music.
Okay.
It's like the Foot song, but like more listenable.
Okay.
Like you can. It's like it's like
I'll
an
have
actual
to.
song.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, they use one of his songs in there.
That scene with the skateboarders though is really cool. I like how like they buy weed off to the Jamaican dude,
Mhm.
and then they show you how to roll a blunt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucking cool. And I like after that, like when the guy smokes it, he blows the smoke out of his nose.
Yeah,
That looks so cool.
you can tell he does it a lot.
That's like my favorite. That's probably like one of my favorite shots in the whole movie.
Let's see. It said, "Hi, how are you?" He's indie. The Butthole Surfers gave him LSD. What? The Butthole Surfers gave Daniel Johnson LSD. That's fucked up.
The beholster?
The Butthole Surfers. Butthole Surfers.
Oh,
Pepper,
oh,
you know?
yeah. I thought you said the beholdster. And I'm
No,
like, what the
butthole
fuck?
surfer, my bad.
No, you good. You good. What do you think about that scene where they beat him up?
I remember the part where Telly spits on him. Like after, like they beat the fuck out of him.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
After you do, I mean, I don't. That's that part. I always think about like how believable that is. Cause like that dude needs to go to the hospital. Like he looks like he's gonna fucking die. Like they beat
Yeah.
the fuck out of him. Like they hit him in the back of the head with a skateboard. Like in the world, like hard as fuck. And he's on the floor and everybody's like 10 kids just kicking the shit out of this dude. And then and Telly, the dude with AIDS, spits on him like in an open wound and shit. It's like,
It's nasty.
yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part.
How often do you think about like Telly having AIDS when you're watching the movie? Because I know like
I had it in the back of my.
whenever there's like a scene with Chloe Svegny, you're thinking about it because
Yeah.
that's like her big, I guess, motivation throughout the movie. But for the most part, I don't think of it as like the AIDS movie. You know,
No.
I think of it as like it's just like you said, like you're peeking into their day.
Yeah.
You know, the way they live their lives, the way they party and shit.
To me, I think I actually like when you think about AIDS and how it's used. At least for me, I always remembered it anytime he started talking about sex, or when he's plotting to get at girls. You're like,
Yeah.
damn.
Too, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't make me feel like. Have you guys seen Contagion?
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Same.
But you know how that film is like, no, a virus is scary. You should be afraid of a virus. You know what I'm saying? Kids doesn't do the same thing. It presents AIDS like kind of how it is. It's like it's out there and it's a real thing and it's really fucked up. But like day to day, if you're just
Yeah.
like doing your thing, like it probably won't affect you.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting to have that that lens, but in this environment,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
where it's like complete, like just do what you want.
hmm
But yeah,
It is like the safe sex movie.
Yeah.
To an
it's-
extent.
Yeah. And so like having the AIDS thing really like parallels their behavior. So you can't just like act like that. and
It's like a
expect to,
punishment.
and expect not to have like a
Yeah.
consequence.
It's gonna
you know?
catch up with you.
Yeah.
Someone.
Let me see. Oh, it said it. The dude who gets beat up, isn't it Dave Chappelle? I don't think
Nah,
so.
I don't think it's
No.
Just a black
That'd be
dude.
funny.
I thought it was really interesting how they use AIDS as almost like a suspense element. Yeah, like when he meets the last girl and we come back to Chloe and she's looking for him in a haze, but definitely doesn't take effect for me until the end. Yeah, the AIDS thing isn't. I remember watching it. I was like paying, like the first time watching it, I was really paying attention to the AIDS shit because I was like, all right, who has AIDS? Who has AIDS? You know, just keeping track of
Yeah.
it. Especially since like Telly was like Like he wanted to fuck virgins, and it's like, okay, he wants to give AIDS to people who've never had sex before.
That's so sad.
And he's been doing that. Like he did that at the beginning of the movie. He gave somebody AIDS.
That's evil.
He's trying to, yeah, exactly. He doesn't know it. It is kind of like morally fucked up on its own, but it becomes more fucked up. Like it's it's exponential when you realize like he's probably fucked multiple virgins. He's had AIDS for over a year because he fucked Chloe Sevigny like a year ago. So he's just this like super AIDS spreader right now.
Yeah.
And then you see like, oh, he wants to fuck this like 13-year-old girl. And it's like he doesn't know it, but he's trying to give this girl AIDS.
He already gave someone AIDS too.
Yeah.
And like the first girl's like 12.
Was she really? Oh, did that one line where he's like looking at the pictures and he's he's all like he's like, oh man, this picture of you's pretty cute. And it's like supposed to be a picture when she's like a little girl. And she's like, oh, that was a year ago. And he's like, man, this chick's a baby. It's like, what the fuck?
Do you think like he doesn't know like at all? Like he's completely oblivious to it?
He doesn't talk like one of the other characters talks about AIDS. I remember that guy who was all like, he said like he didn't give a shit about AIDS. Tully didn't really say anything about it. It didn't seem like he seemed like I don't know, like a climate change denier, you know? Just like, yeah, just like wasn't bringing it up, wasn't thinking about it. He just probably didn't give a shit. He was just on his quest, you know? I
mean, like, he has that little monologue at the end.
Yeah.
When it's like, when the only thing you got
is fucking, yeah. He literally like talks about his sex, you know? Like, he doesn't talk about, like, not even skating or anything.
I like how... I shouldn't say I like, but, like, it's interesting, like, the way he tries to, like, seduce the girls. There's that part where he's like talking to the 13-year-old. I forget her name. But there's a part where just like a cool editing choice where he says, I've been thinking about you a lot lately. And then it cuts back to this morning.
I was thinking about you this morning when I woke up.
Yeah. And it cuts to like, yeah. That part's like kind of like, it really reminds you like how fucked up he is.
Yeah.
Like how much of an asshole. And then just like from Chloe Sevigny's character, she's talking at the beginning about Telly, like they had sex and then he just like never talked to her again. Yeah. He like steals their virginity and then just like fucks off, you know? Like, you know, he's never going to talk to that girl he saw this morning. Way. And then he's going to do it to this girl. And yeah, I guess the scenes where like Telly really is like trying to like get at a girl or I guess like get at a girl. It's like you feel like that's where you feel rotten.
Yeah.
Kinda. You're like, this is fucked up.
I would say I think it's cool because the way he acts, if he does know, he doesn't care, which I think is like more interesting that way. I agree. If he does know, it definitely like enhances the evil by like a lot because
he knows he's just fucking up people's lives.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't care because he wants to get off.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is that? It's not a big scene, but it's interesting when he goes to his parents' house.
Yeah, I like that scene.
They kind of like, in a way, it seems like they are up to something, but they act like sort of normal.
Yeah,
and it's just like they've already had like a crazy ass day, and then they go in there and just talk to their mom in like a really like casual way.
Sorry.
Yeah, like
this dick.
He deflowered someone. Then they stole
a 40.
They stole a 40. Then they went to like someone's house and did fucking whippets. And now they're like coming to their mom's house and acting like super normal. Yeah, whippets are bad.
Yeah,
it looks like he's actually doing it too.
Yeah.
When Justin Pierce does it.
Yeah, I wonder about that part too, because like
he starts laughing.
He reacts like a high dick. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
dumb. Like if he actually didn't do it there, he's either like a really, really good actor or he's done it before.
Yeah. Do you know what happened to Justin Pierce? Yeah. So Justin Pierce made this movie at 20, killed himself at 25 in Las Vegas, and then the other dude, the black kid,
he's a skateboarder.
He's a skateboarder too, and he died. I don't know if he killed himself, but he died too.
I think it was like a drug thing.
Yeah.
That dude's funny. when
He
he's
was
like at the
funny.
pool and he's like shaking his dick.
Yeah.
You can hear it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's I watched this video on kids and like about Justin Pierce's death, and there's like this whole conspiracy. I don't know how true it is, but the dude in this video was convinced that like Larry Clark was like molesting these kids and like fucked them up, and that's why Justin Pierce killed himself later. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I've only seen that one video on it, but
It's an interesting concept.
yeah, especially just like knowing Larry Clark.
I feel like I don't know if like it definitely seems like he probably like got fucked up with them though, like was just like doing all types of shit with them, you know. Maybe not during filming, like beforehand, and that might also like lend to the reason why they were so comfortable like performance wise to just like open up, is because like, he was their friend.
Yeah, I can see that. He likes doing youth movies.
Yeah,
you know,
even
he
if
just,
like
working with kids.
he does have like a forceful element about him, I think he's able to relate to them pretty well in some way or another. Because
what's interesting too is that his kids had to be around the same age as these ones, his real life ones when he was making the movie.
yeah, that's interesting. He had to be like in his 50s when he made this, because he's like
He was
in
pretty
his
he
mid
was
70s.
pretty old, yeah.
So
Like
that's
40s,
just
50s, yeah.
that's interesting, because all these people, they're probably ranging from like kids that are like 10 to probably no more than like 20, early 20s, and he obviously gets it.
Yeah,
you know, probably that's the interesting thing too, because Larry Clark's like in his 50s, and then like people that are like the same age as him probably won't get this movie.
Nah,
It's
they,
just like
they would think he was a maniac too.
probably a perv, you know,
Yeah.
just really fucked up dude.
I would say I did the ending AIDS monologue for a theater class one time.
That's pretty cool.
I'm sure that went over pretty cool.
Yeah, what happened with that? Did it go well?
Let me think what else about this movie. I like Harmony Korine's song, like glasses.
Yeah,
Like, make his eyes so
are
fucking
huge.
big.
Oh yeah, yeah.
His eyes were just like he's just like walking through the club like that.
How do you think the movie would have been if Harmony Korine directed it?
Ooh, I think it would have looked weird, really like abstract, or I don't know, because the script isn't like super abstract. It's not like something like Julien Donkey Boy or
Nah.
Gummo, but
I don't know. It seems like
that's a weird.
Do you
would've
feel
been-
like he would have wanted to direct it?
I don't think he knew how for sure at that age. Like I remember hearing him talk about that whole getting the movie made. And he met Larry Clark, and he took like one screenwriting class and like learned like how to like the basics of how to write. Wrote the script. Like he had like very little experience like actually doing like a feature. He shot videos and stuff, but like not like, you know, a feature with like money and shit. So I'm sure he would have felt pressured. It would have been a lot less polished for sure. Like Larry Clark's the way he does like lighting and shots is like it's pretty good.
I like the colors.
Yeah.
I like the colors. I like some of the like the tracking shots when they're walking through the street, like at the beginning, right after Telly's with the one girl. There's like the cars passing by, but like they're the ones in focus. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Elwood said I got sent to the office. I had detention for a week.
Really?
The class loved it. That's
Damn.
pretty stupid, man. Detention for fucking
See, that's the thing. The kids liked it,
Yeah.
but the adults got mad.
dude. Adults need to lighten the fuck up.
I think like when you become an adult though, like it's just like life starts to suck a
Yeah,
little
it's
more.
kind of cool that adults suck.
Not unless you're like Larry Clark.
Yeah, not like yeah.
Dude, what do you think about like inevitably becoming an adult then? Like you think like one day I'm gonna suck?
The way I thought, because I think about that a lot. A big part of why I mean I haven't like read this for sure anywhere, but just basic knowledge about like how the brain works. At a certain age, like 25, 26, is when your brain starts like fully harden. You know, like you lose like you lose a lot of neuroplasticity. So that's why it's like old people, it's hard for them to learn like new shit, like technology. They all suck at tech, or like they all have like very similar routines and stuff. That's because like you lose neuroplasticity. So it's like the neural pathways in your brain are like pretty set, and it's like it's harder to like build new pathways. And as a kid, it's like your brain's so flexible. You can do anything. That's why kids can learn shit like so fast, or like just pick up on shit super quick. Like the younger, the better. And so, I mean, I haven't done much stuff to like help with neuroplasticity, but like at least having that awareness, you know, like the first step to like,
I'm gonna look into that now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna do
should.
some,
Yeah, to, like, to
mental exercises.
yeah,
and
to
shit.
prevent like being like an NPC, just like look into neuroplasticity and like exercises to like keep your brain young. Or you could just like say fuck it and get old, you know.
Do you ever feel like your brain will just like stay young? Sometimes I feel, I don't know. It feels
Some
like,
people, yeah.
I don't know.
It feels like that when you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's why I don't know, is because we'll see when I get there.
Granamu asked, "Did you get to finish the monologue?" And Owen said, "No, I got halfway."
Damn,
Dang.
that's rough.
That's fucked up. You should
You
have
can
started.
finish it on here.
Yeah, you want to come in here and finish it? Yo, I would straight up. I would love to have you do the monologue on here. You could always just get high with minors like Larry Clark. True. Yeah, you could do that. But yeah, just the neuroplasticity shit's interesting. Cause like nobody really talks about it too much, but like that's definitely a big part of it. Why? And so like just the more you think about neuroplasticity, the more aware of it you'll be as an old person. So like when you're old and you are an NPC, you'll still have like that pathway that's like, okay, yeah, neuroplasticity. I'm aware of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd
put this in like a top 10 list for 90s movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
And
was made right. Sorry.
You go first.
It was made like in 1995 too.
Yeah, right.
Like
right
right
in
in
the
the middle.
mid 90s, yeah.
What are you gonna say?
I feel like when I think about movies or sometimes even filmmakers and stuff like that, and the way I rank them, and sometimes you have like, I feel like there's a lot of masterpieces out there. Honestly, like this is, you know, everything that they thought of was a good idea, and it also was executed, and you're like, you see that, and wow. But then sometimes you see stuff that like changes the game. And that's how this movie feels. You know, it really is like never before, never will be this like
No.
after. There's like a pre-kids and a post-kids world.
Yeah.
At least to me when I think about it, and not to talk about mid-90s too much, but you think about like movies like mid-90s and shit like that, and you know that they wouldn't be how they were, or even maybe even made if it wasn't for kids. And I don't know if I'm loving the movie as much as I really like the movie. But the parts that I love about it are more, or like when I think of it as like a great film, and why I'd say like, yeah, I love that movie, is just because like it's a game changer. Really.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. And I guess it's interesting to think of that too, because then like you think of this as like so many firsts, like Larry Clark's first movie, Harmony King's first script, so many of these actors, their first, if not their only performance.
Yeah.
And I guess like I think I talk about this a lot. Like you just it doesn't matter where you are, you just make something if you have a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. Owen said, "Oh, dude, I'll come on and do that. Let me know when." All right, for sure. But I invited him to come on for a Screen Tongue episode.
That sounds good.
Probably I was thinking after
Yeah,
the Harmony Korine one.
Sounds good.
Well, I haven't seen your short film yet, Elwood, but I will next Sunday. I'm gonna shout it out. I recently watched.
Kate is in it.
Yeah.
Plume.
It's called Plume.
Plume, yeah.
Plume.
Yeah.
Is it like after the Smashing Pumpkins song? Just I'm
It could
Elwood.
be. I don't know. Is it? Elwood?
Don't say anything, Elwood. No, don't say
All
anything.
right.
That'd be
Don't say
cool
anything.
though. I like that song.
He put my name in the credits.
Oh, nice.
Like special thanks, or like
Yeah, it's like special thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Kate's dad saw this movie, and she said that he really fucking did not like it.
Really? What do you say about it?
He said he didn't like it just because like he was a kid in the 90s and he didn't feel like the 90s were like that.
That's
I mean,
It really is a specific like.
that's the
yeah.
thing though.
But I was also thinking like it's also New York, and he's not from New York. I think I'm pretty sure he's not from New York.
I feel like what also
he's
makes
not.
this movie so interesting is like, yeah, it's a reflection of like this like very specific and unique like culture community, but it also feels like they were so small in that area, but they might have only existed like for that period of time. They probably all
Right, yeah.
like in the context of the story, they probably all died out,
Yeah.
within like 5 to 10 years. And sure, things evolve, and there's probably some crazy scenes out there of people our age, but like historically speaking, that was you captured something that you could never capture again.
Yeah.
I have this guy at work. He's probably like 40 now,
Mhm.
and he was born in New York, so he would have been like 15 when this came out.
Mm.
And I forget when he moved to Vegas. He moved to Vegas like sometime during his teenage years, but he seems like he's told me some interesting stories. So next time I see him, I'm gonna ask him if he's seen this movie,
Yeah.
and if he hasn't, I kind of want him to watch it so that I can hear what his thoughts are on it.
Yeah.
Because
Did he skate?
no, but he has some interesting stories.
Cool.
Yeah. So
How old is he now?
he's like 40.
Okay.
So and like he was born and raised in like kind of like a, I guess like a poor part of New York, and just like the things he tells me, it's like you experience some really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And it seems like a movie like kids definitely would resonate with someone like
Who's
that.
from there? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the cool thing is though about it. It's like you really feel like you just get dropped into their world.
Yeah.
You're a surrogate in there, just like you're the camera seeing what this shit is, and it feels honest.
I agree.
If it was like, if they made a documentary about like people from there and it was similar to this, it wouldn't be surprising.
Right. Yeah. Elwood said, "I love you, Anthony."
Elwood, shout out to Elwood.
I thought you were gonna say, "I love you too."
Oh well, I thought that was already known.
Implied.
Yeah. Let's make something together again.
Fuck yeah. Like I said, he's down for the gas station idea.
Oh, that sounds
We should
good.
do that. Soon. Okay. So kids. Anything else with kids? Anything else?
Yeah.
That was quick.
I really love it. I love the characters. I think of it more as, I don't really like the whole AIDS thing's interesting, but I don't really like, when I think of the movie, I don't think of that part too much.
Is
Just
there
like,
an AIDS movie? Like,
Yeah,
what would you call the AIDS movie?
What's it called?
Oh, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Yeah, that's the
You're
AIDS
right.
movie.
You're right.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers Club too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like seeing what this world is like. I like the way it's shot. I like the way it looks. All the acting, the dialogue. It's pretty awesome.
Philadelphia or the AIDS movie, and then Dallas Buyer Club or the AIDS movie too.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys want to rate it?
Yeah. I haven't like developed my new rating system yet.
Oh damn! You said you would.
I know. We're in the works. We're in the
Yeah,
works.
you gotta
Yeah.
be-
I guess
You want to pitch a rating idea?
in terms of my new evolving rating system that is still plastic and has the neuroplasticity, I'm gonna say that this one
Has
ranks
neuroplasticity.
as we'll either call it game changer or groundbreaking. We'll put that as one
Oh,
of my
cool.
categories on there.
Okay. That's a good category.
Groundbreaking, yeah.
On the like normal boring scale, I'd give it like a 9.5 out of 10. 9 or
Wow, that's really
yeah,
fucking good.
Yeah, I really like this movie.
Wow.
And then, so like the Rolling Stones, they do like the top 500 albums of all time,
Yeah.
top 500 songs. So maybe Kids would be like, of all time. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I want it to be from all time. I'll put it around like 150 though.
Okay.
150.
150.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I think.
150 of Elijah's scale at this moment in time, of the movies he's seen, all the movies he's seen.
There we go. Oh, 150 is fine for right now.
All right, cool.
We'll get there. We'll develop it.
We should make a top 100 list. And
That would be
Yeah,
really cool.
like a joint one or like a individual.
We could do both.
both.
Yeah,
we
I
should
might
we
do
should do a podcast episode where we come and then
We have our
we
list.
talk about it and we decide on one, but we all have our own.
Damn,
there
that's
we
gonna
go.
take like 10 hours.
That'd be fun though.
That'd be cool.
That'd
No,
be
I'm
really
down.
fun.
I'm down.
Maybe we'll do like a top 20.
I'd give it. Let me see. What is it? Oh, dude, can I contribute? Yeah, of course I would. Definitely.
Definitely.
The local Vegas filmmakers.
Yeah, we got
Up-
filmmakers on
up
our
and-
show.
Up and coming. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's
9 out of 10.
fucking
Really changed the way I looked at cinema.
yeah.
Influenced me a lot.
I liked it more the second time I saw it.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
It feels like a cinematic gateway drug.
Yeah.
You like
Um,
this? There's a whole bunch you don't even know about.
Yeah.
This is the second time I've seen it this year, you know, and I think it might be something where like periodically it's like I want to watch a movie I really like. Let me pop in Kids.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool if there's like a DVD, someone puts out a DVD like special feature or special edition type of thing for it, because it's really hard to find the DVD.
Yeah.
And it costs like a shit ton of money, and a lot of them aren't even like, they're like a different region.
I'm still
So-
sad. I was telling Nori about this, but on OfferUp, someone was selling a Kids VHS.
Yeah, you
Oh,
showed me that.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool. When we were at Zia, we found a copy of the Brown Bunny for like $15.
No fucking
Yeah,
way.
dude.
No
Straight
fucking
up.
way.
We all dished out. So for the Brown Bunny on the Vincent Gallo episode 10 episodes ago,
No
we
fucking
dished out
way.
20 fucking bucks for the Brown Bunny on fucking Amazon because it's the only place where we could find it. And we went to Zia the other day, and what do you know? $15.
It was the
Brown
same exact DVD
Same- yeah,
too.
exact
you
same.
know?
We gotta. If we can't find something, we gotta.
Dude, we should go-
Sold a Zia like the day after.
Bunny. We need to go buy that and just sell it for $40 and make
Yeah.
our money back.
There you go.
Make our
That's a
money
good
back.
idea.
If it's still there, I don't know. I don't think anybody's buying the Brown Bunny anytime soon.
Yeah.
though. Okay. He said, "I have kids, Gummo and Julien Donkey Boy. It took time. I bet, man." Let me see. I think I'll do.
Wow, you have
I think
kids?
it's a
Wow,
Blu-ray
that's
and
pretty cool.
Julien. I have the DVD.
The
That's
Gummo
fucking
DVD
cool.
is pretty hard to find too.
Yeah, all of it's hard. All of it's
Yeah.
hard as fuck to find.
The newer ones aren't, but
No.
the older ones are.
Yeah, Spring Breakers is not that hard. to
Ken
find.
Park too.
Mhm.
Okay, are we moving on to the next one?
Yeah, just
Gummo.
about.
Let me use the restroom real fast.
Okay, cool.
I like the glasses.
Those ones?
Yeah.
Now I feel like I need glasses. I feel naked. What kind of glass would I have?
You have sunglasses. Oh, what do you call it? Kaleidoscope glasses. What's he got? Like the X-ray goggles. You know what I mean? Like the ones
Yeah, I
that
get
all
those.
bend.
I get those ones. The X-ray ones with like the circles.
Yeah.
Um,
3D glasses.
when I go to the restroom, what do you guys usually talk about?
I forget. Nothing memorable. Clearly. Probably like random shit. Like either like more stuff about the movie.
Oh, we didn't talk about. We talked about like Telly and Casper, but like Chloe.
We didn't talk about her character much. Yeah, this is also like her first movie.
Yeah.
Damn, we totally skipped that. She actually did pretty good for like a first role.
You can, and like seeing this, and then like seeing like Gummo and the rest of them, like you can tell like some of them, like, are just playing themselves. Where her like, in this one, it feels like she has a good instinct.
Yeah.
And then you can see it just develop,
Mhm.
which is so interesting.
Mhm.
That people are just talented.
Yeah, she's dumb fuck talented. I didn't really, not that I didn't know this, but I didn't like really think about it or like consciously like pinpoint it until like literally today. But like the Chloe Sevigny's and Harmony Queen's like first 3 movies, I didn't even really
They're really good friends.
didn't really register. Yeah, they are. And after what was it? After Julien Donkey Boy, she did Brown Bunny.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you just don't care, but like, especially at that time in her career, you know, where you're on the come up and you're not only just doing these Harmony Korine movies, but like you're an American Psycho, and you're making a name for yourself. I guess you probably didn't care, but then you do the Brown Bunny, and then like, oh, you did the Brown Bunny. I see.
Yeah. Well, she was in that one. What the fuck is it called?
Well, she's in Zodiac too.
Zodiac. Yeah, she's in the. Oh, what's it called? It's like the. Fuck, what's it called? It's like the Boys Don't Cry movie.
Yeah.
What's it called? Is that what it's called? Boys,
Boys
Don't
Don't
Cry?
Cry.
Yeah, that one. Let's see. Chloe Sevigny was really cool. Oh, so they dated for a bit? Yeah, I think so.
Chloe Sevigny and Harmony Korine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in his first 3 movies.
Yeah. And then I think they broke up around the time the Brown Bunny came out.
Yeah, and then she went to suck Vincent Gallo's dick. God damn. On camera too.
Yeah.
But Harmony Korine's like, why didn't I do that?
Yeah.
He's like, why didn't?
That was probably
Why
the next
didn't I think
project.
of that?
That's probably she probably took that on, and he's like, no, you can't do that. And she's like, watch me. Chloe Sevigny was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
We were just
go
talking about
for
we
it.
didn't talk about Chloe Sevigny much.
She has good performance.
I don't know how's her last name actually pronounced.
I thought
say
it was like Savigny.
Savini. Yeah,
Or I've seen
Savini.
Savini,
Savini.
Svegny, and Savigny.
I just do Svagny because that's what Elijah says.
But before I looked into it more, I always said Savini.
Let me see. Do you think Gallo and Korine like or hate each other? Well, Vincent Gallo hates everybody, so he probably doesn't like Harmony Korine.
Did you see his 9/11 post?
No, what he post?
Wait, like from yesterday?
Yeah.
What he post?
I'm gonna look right now on Instagram.
Was it like an
Yeah.
American flag?
It's an American flag and then like this long ass caption. And one of the things, I didn't read all of it, but one of the parts he talks about like what he would have done if he was president after 9/11 happened.
What do you think Vincent Gallo thought of the work of Harmony Korine?
He probably didn't like it. he shit on everybody.
What does he like?
He likes he likes Coppola.
Really?
Yeah, I mean like he worked with him. I mean I'm sure he fucking likes that guy a lot.
No, because I remember an interview. It's the one where he talks shit about everyone, like Spike Jonze and all that, where he talks about like things that Francis Coppola is like fucking awful.
Oh, did he really?
Then
Oh,
he-
never
then
mind.
he-
I
then
take
he
it back.
Start shitting on
He
him.
likes himself. The 9/11 attacks in the USA were done by the Islamic terrorist group Al Qaeda. American Airlines Flight 11 was flown to the North Tower of the World Trade Center complex at 8:46 a.m. 17 minutes after the South Tower was hit by UA Flight 175. All right, I got the story. On 9/11, I was in New York City close to the attack. Naturally, my memories of that day are still vivid. I consider Mamoru Yamasaki's Twin Towers to be the greatest architectural project ever completed. They are my favorite buildings in the world. Oh, Jesus. In 1979, I was in a band with Jean-Michel Basquiat. I don't know how to say that.
Basquiat?
Basquiat, yeah.
No fucking way.
Called Grey. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no,
Vincent
I know,
Gallo's
yeah.
like everywhere, dude. One Sunday evening with all my bandmates, I attended a screening of the 1964 film Failsafe. The film's ending shook us up. We were affected by it and walked around New York City talking about the chaos, the end of the world, horrors of war, and the possibility our president or military leaders could put mankind in jeopardy. Still, in our darkest imaginations of doom, we never imagined anyone like Joe Biden as a United States president. Mark, was it Milley as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, or an Antony Blinken with power. Okay. At the end of the night, we stood together at the top of the North Tower, and all of us looked at blah, blah, blah. My heart aches today for all the men and women who died that day in those buildings, and all of the heroes who died trying to save them. And I long for a time again when so many people could come together as one. As president in 2001, I would have addressed our nation and all other nations with this brief statement. I'm sorry there are some people in the world so filled with hate that they would do this. I hope they eventually find peace, love, and joy. Then I would have immediately ordered the rebuilding of the entire area to an exact replica of what was there before, and had done at record speed. I will forever remember and celebrate the life of each and every victim of that terrible event. God bless America, and God bless all the victims of 9/11.
Interesting.
Elwood, you can type wherever you want. He just texted me saying he feels bad flooding the chat. You can flood it, dude. It's all yours.
It should.
Chat's your baby now, man. Take the reins.
We prefer it flooded.
All right. Let's move on to Gummo. 1997. Gummo. I like the title.
Yeah, I do too.
I remember hearing it. I'm just like, because it's not just like gum, you know. Like obviously you think of like gum, but I also thought of like What's that shit? Jambalaya.
Oh, gumbo?
Yeah, gumbo. Yeah, I thought of gumbo.
It's just something that's so like I know it takes place in the Midwest, but like the South, it just feels
Yeah,
like
it's-
something like that.
It sounds just like
rural.
yeah, it just sounds like rural. You know, it sounds like not on the west, not on the east, just like somewhere in the middle in the south. Like it sounds like that area, and it's a pretty appropriate title. Yeah, I remember watching because this feels very different from like Kids, you know. But I already seen Trash Humpers, so you know I knew what kind of stuff to expect from him. But Gummo's still not like a normal movie, you know. Like we were talking about it a little bit after we watched it. It kind of felt like a documentary at sometimes. But yeah, what'd you guys think about it? I would said Gummo feels like an animal nature documentary with people. I would said Vincent Gallo's just a troll. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. He's good at it too.
Yeah. Gummo.
Gummo.
I don't even know what to say for like an opening remark. So, I don't know. I always try to start out with something that kind of like sums it up, and then we get into details.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to say beside, you know. I think that's how the movie kind of it speaks for itself.
Mhm.
In terms of like a reaction. I like it though.
Yeah, me too. I like it feels similar to Kids in like the moral like ambiguity, like moral interpretation,
Yeah.
like Elwood was talking about. A lot of his movies feel that way.
It's interesting too, like coming off of Kids, and so like, you know, this in a sense his script, his thoughts or ideas are kind of filtered through the director, Larry
Mhm.
Clark, or just a whole crew. And now
Mhm.
that he's in charge, you know, and so like the whole observational or like just ambiguity thing is now taken to like the nth degree. It feels like it's like this is watching him back to back, you're like, oh, this is what he is trying to go for when he does that, which is cool.
Yeah.
He like that interview says, he's really good at capturing things that have never been like put to film, you know.
Mhm.
And what'd you think, Elijah?
I'd heard about Gummo several times, like a while back, and I'd heard about like Kids and Gummo. I feel like around the same time, and I don't even think it was because of Harmony Korine or anything. It's just like you read like things about him on Wikipedia or something, IMDb, and like knowing now that going into it, it's like a Harmony Korine movie. I hadn't seen a movie he directed before, but I really liked Kids.
Yeah.
So I'd heard things about Gummo, like it's this or that. It's like weird subject matter. And I was expecting it to be like Kids, but in the Midwest. I thought it was going to be like super like abrasive kind of, I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely abrasive.
It's just not in your face about it. It feels more
Yeah,
it feels more
exactly.
ethereal. It's just not in your face about it. It feels
I thought it was going to be kind of like in your face with like, we're going to set you down in this really like, I don't want to say energetic because I knew it was like all supposed to like take place in the Midwest, and like, you know, necessarily I wouldn't associate energetic with the Midwest necessarily. Like the way like New York's energetic.
Yeah.
But something like kind of fast paced like Kids. And Gummo's definitely not like that. I almost feel like this movie's a bit like what's the word?
Slow.
No. Like,
No?
yeah, it's slow, but we use the word all the time. Kind of light, a little lighthearted in comparison to Kids. Lighthearted, like the movie overall isn't lighthearted, but I shouldn't have been comparing it to Kids as much as I was. But
No.
it's
I'm trying to think of the word you're trying to think of.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what you're thinking of.
I want to say softer, but that's not the right thing.
I think it is softer than Kids though, to an extent. Like there's like still like the weird stuff that goes on. Like
They do have like cats being like beat to shit.
they
Yeah.
kill cats.
But like I feel like in Kids they have the disturbing shit, and I don't know. It feels like there's more music and things like that.
Yeah.
And not to say that there's not music in this one, but like they showed the cats and it just feels like silent, and and it makes it. And to me, it feels more contemplative.
Yeah, Gummo does feel more like chill in terms of like.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
It's just chill. It feels a little because like the it's like it's Midwest, but it's like you're seeing their lives, and it's like they kind of have to like really make shit up to have shit to do. Like they're like their job is going killing stray cats, and like selling them meat for money.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't like they need a job. It's like all right, let's just go kill some fucking cats.
Yeah.
They ride their bikes around.
They have like no purpose.
Yeah, it's just like they it's like fucking like it reminds me of like Ed and Eddie, like just the cul-de-sac type shit. Like they're just like going around like talking to like other kids who like are doing butt fuck nothing.
It's funny to think of it when you say it like that, because then it's like now location actually does become important, because like same age, same like sort of like mentality in terms of the kids, but people in New York are just like fucking wild, and while the people in like Ohio are just Ed and Eddie.
It's really sad.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like
It's what's interesting too is that like in the way it documents, like I guess what I'm saying, like location and place, it feels it just gives off like the feeling of like forgotten, like a place that's been forgotten.
People don't care about it.
Yeah.
I guess in kids it's like a similarity between them is just like the way their environment affects their actions. And in kids it's just the environment, what's like affecting their actions so much is like the tornado that happens, and like the aftermath of like people dying, probably losing jobs, like your home like probably flying away, shit like that. Whereas like kids is like more so just like the people associated with city life. Yeah, it's really hard to describe Gummo.
I think I've definitely got a bit of advantage because like watching it the first time feels like slow, and like you're kind of like taking things in for the first time. It's like kind of hard to process, but like seeing it a second time, it actually went by faster.
Okay,
I'd agree with that.
Elwood said, I don't know. He said, in a way, Gummo is basically just the rest of his movies. He just changed his perspective from the trash of the Midwest to the same trash people of Beverly Hills. Yes, said, I don't know, like the way he frames the characters is more like wild animals. I can see that. Like he's documenting not necessarily people, but more like archetypes. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I didn't really have an emotional connection to any of them. So they feel a lot more of things to watch than to feel for it. Yeah, I agree. But they're still like, they're really entertaining to look at. Like even like the main, one of the main kids, like even Harmony Queen talks about it. Like he's had a weird face. Like
the young kid.
Yeah, the young kid. He's had like a weird ass face and head. Even like his hair.
His hairline is so.
His hairline,
up.
Dude, he looks like a cartoon. Like straight the one scene where he's like about to have sex with like the Down syndrome girl, whatever she has. Like there's like a really close shot on his face and just looks drawn. Like he just looks like two dots and like a smile. His face just looks so weird. I remember, like the first time I saw that, I was like, dude, that kid's got the weirdest fucking face I've ever seen.
It feels like a collage. Like his lips look like they belong to somebody else's, and to where his eyes are and his head. It's like it just feels. And I think like that's how you can just describe the place and the people as just a collage, but not in like
he's pretty
a
emotionless,
tasteful or artistic way. And then I don't know, when I think of it like that too, and it's like it made me think of like stereotypes of like the South or shit too, like incest and things like that, and I don't know, interesting. And it's interesting too that or I haven't really looked into this, and we were talking about this after we watched the movie. But in terms of like research wise, like it seems like he just like got a video camera and just like went around there, just like shot a whole bunch of stuff. And I think most filmmakers, like that's just like the homework they do, and then they just make the film. But then incorporating in there too I thought that was cool. Sorry, it wasn't related to what I was saying. Sorry if I made it seem like that.
No, you're all good. I would say I love the racquetball kid, like the tennis kid.
Yeah,
That kid was cool.
yeah.
What is Ritalin? He's
Ritalin, yeah,
yeah.
they gave me Ritalin. It makes me normal. Some shit like
Yeah.
that.
The girls watch him play tennis.
Yeah.
They're like attracted to
They
him.
talked about like
He's got a new haircut. He looks
did-
pretty.
Yeah.
They said he dated a skinny chick.
Oh, it's funny though. Is like when they talk about his haircut, and then it like cuts to him. He has just like the goofiest fucking mullet. you know?
Yeah.
I like his montage
Oh yeah, where he's just
Oh,
like, he's,
yeah.
like,
playing
doing-
tennis.
Damn,
Yeah.
we need the dog cam for that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. I need to take it off. I still have it set to clown cam. I can change it.
Clown cam.
I'll change the clown cam real quick. Oh, this is the clown cam. Here we go. Clown cam right there.
Oh shit.
That's what we had for Charlie the Clown. And I just haven't taken it down off the stand yet because it's fucking duct taped.
What'd you guys? I guess like how we talked about Telly and Casper. What'd you guys think? I don't even remember their names.
No, I
Um,
mean I don't remember any of their names.
The two main characters.
Yeah.
I liked the introduction for like the older kid. They're like he has the makings of a legend.
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit
yeah.
Like that.
yeah,
It's just like it sets him up as like a really like a cool character. I mean, not like cool like he's like suave or anything, but just like
I feel like-
interesting in like his like. Well, I don't know what the word
It's
is.
cool in how like the younger kid thinks he's what a legend is.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because in a way he doesn't do anything like super special.
He's just
No,
old,
yeah.
he's just older, like you know.
Yeah.
He huffs glue.
He's cooler because like he's older.
Well, like what you were saying, Normie, about like the description and the visual that matches on paper. You know, I think I just attribute to like in terms of like taste and preference and like oh that's so interesting that like you wrote it this way, but then this is the way you chose to like show it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I like both of their introductions of I think I like it just in terms of like the mix of like just still photographs and what to me also feels like in a sense to me those photos look like they were like discovering the character almost like I don't know for some reason both times I watch it you see the credits and you see like Chloe Savini as the costume designer. Like that's strange,
Yeah.
but then like I see those photographs and it feels like them like all right here let's design this character, let's construct the character, and that's what the photographs feel like, and it feels like the ones that are in the film are the ones that exemplify that. I'm like, dang, I want to do that. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like this movie more than Kids, I'd like it inspires me and like I would take more from it.
Oh yeah.
And not like necessarily the same way like I would steal from like saying like Save the Green Planet, but in terms of like I would
Like just.
I would want to
conceptualizing.
carry the same spirit that this movie has.
Gotcha. Yeah.
While I'm making something.
Yeah. Eli.
I think my favorite part in the movie is the beginning where the kid's talking about like the tornado.
That part's
Yeah.
He's just
That's the
talking in
best
that
part.
really like
Alright.
kind of like depressed, but
kinda
like
whispering,
straight.
too.
Yeah, and just like the shit he's saying is pretty powerful. You know, just of like the destruction the tornado did, talking about how he like saw people like dismembered
He
from
looked
it.
up somebody's skirt who like got picked up by the tornado.
Yeah, it's just like it almost like that like sets up what like the PTSD that I guess the people kind of have,
Right. Yeah.
that in a way they don't really talk about the tornado at all after that.
No.
It's just
No.
like, you know, it happened,
Yeah.
and it's something that obviously affected like all of these people's lives,
Yeah.
and like they don't talk about it, but
No.
it didn't have like a good effect on them. And like now they have to resort to like selling like their sister for like prostitution and
That's
shit like
fucked up.
that, killing cats.
I would never do that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have a sister.
That part's kind of hard
By
to
blood.
watch.
And he's watching too. Like he like peeks over the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, the brother.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his
There
brother.
there is kind of a funny part though when they get there and he's like, "All right, guys, give me a minute." And he walks over there, and he's obviously like close enough to them and talking loud enough that they can still hear him. And he just knocks on the door. He's like, "Okay, get ready."
Yeah.
Put the robe
They
on.
put on the
Yeah.
robes, yeah.
No, the robe.
But like, the older kid goes in there, and you don't see her at first, and then the younger kid goes in there, and that's when you see her. And that part, I'd say that's like one of the harder parts in the movie to watch.
Yeah.
Something about it doesn't feel right, you know.
Yeah.
I
I like the scene where like the younger kid's in there and the older kid's out, and he's like doing that like comedy routine for the brother.
Oh, yeah.
That part just makes me laugh every time. I just really like the shit he says. I forget what he said. It's so fucking
They are
funny.
kind of jokes too.
They're jokes.
They do have some payoff.
Yeah,
they're not
they're like-
great, but
It's not even like that the jokes are like well written or like great or anything. It's just like the enthusiasm behind the deliveries and stuff. I forget what the fuck he said, but it was cool. It's just like you could tell this kid practiced it. It's just like, wow, I'm really digging this kid's energy.
he gets hyper about it.
Yeah.
That's like the first time. Like that's like one of the only times you see him like that in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah, one of them was like, I'm starving. I haven't eaten in a week. And he was like, why don't you just make yourself, or why don't you force yourself? It's stupid, but it's like I just really like that part. I would said, he said a lot. You should change the position of the camera every episode, and then just set a timer, and it cuts the shots repetitively like a strobe effect. If I could figure out how to time it like that on this thing, which it might have that, I'll let you know. I'll definitely look into it. He said that didn't have to do with the movie. I apologize. You're all good. What do you guys think the significance of Harmony Korine trying to fuck a midget? Good question.
Oh, yeah.
Also, his name is Solomon. So that part where Harmony Korine's talking to the black midget
Oh
Solomon.
yeah, I was telling you guys, but yeah, he went to high school with that.
I didn't even know that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That part's funny.
That seems like he just kind of like went to high school with him though. Like not
I
even
mean-
like he was great friends. He's just like
Yeah.
he was like, all right, yeah, come on, man.
That's kind of messed up though. That like he just like, oh, I know a guy. And they're not even friends. They're just damn.
He gets like interesting people like that though, just like from Julien Donkey Boy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like and then like the guy with no legs and kids.
hmm
Um,
I wonder if that part was written in.
the guy with no legs.
Yeah.
Mm,
I didn't read that part of the script.
that'd be hard to find. Or well, I mean, he lives in New York. You
Yeah.
probably know. He has like a thing for people like that though.
He did. That's why, dude. Oh,
What?
I was just say that's why I like him.
Oh
I like the people he gets. It's just like
yeah.
very like reminds me of like new age vaudeville a little bit.
Mhm.
Like especially like Gummo. I mean, like he has like I wouldn't say the movies as a whole feel like that, but there's scenes that just feel like new age vaudeville type of shit.
Mm.
But anyways,
What do you think the significance of that scene was?
Do you feel like that was scripted? Or like do you think that like stuff besides like the two boys on their own or the stuff with Chloe Savini and stuff, like the other things are scripted? 'Cause sometimes it feels like it lets the camera roll or like kind of like directs them into what they're doing like behind the camera. Like there's a few like we talked about this few instances you can kind of see the actors like look beyond like behind the camera.
Yeah.
And, I guess. Well, let's talk about this scene first, though.
yeah, it's interesting. I forget everything that he says.
He talks about his mom.
He talks about his mom.
Had menopause early. She
Mhm.
sprouted a mustache, and then his sister was afraid that she was gonna get menopause early.
He says no one loves me.
Yeah,
I
I
have no one
remember
to
that.
love.
Yeah,
Then
He
he
tries
dumps the beer on.
yeah, that
himself.
part was cool. I don't know exactly why he put it in there. Like I'd have to dissect the scene more and like the
Yeah.
scenes before and after as well.
Every other scene, like not that they like make sense, but they don't. That the harmony that the one with him in it is the one that feels the most arbitrary. Like I don't know.
It's but it is like super entertaining. You know?
Yeah.
Like the what makes it so like arbitrary is just like it's indoors. Like there's no clues. It's in the Midwest. You know, it's just like it's the director and a black midget who aren't in like the movies, who aren't in any of the other scenes. Like just that scene. So it feels like it stands out. You know. So there's not many clues as to like why that scene's in there, but it's like it's still a good scene. Like every time that scene comes on, I'm like smiling and laughing.
Maybe like a little bit of a theme stated type of thing, where it's just like this is like the general vibe a lot of people probably feel. You know, I know he's drunk, but
You think he was drunk for real?
I think I read something that said he was.
Elwood said, I don't know, like every scene like adds to the ecosystem, but like the only thing I can think of for that scene is showing the person making this. I don't know, more context maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just I don't know. Maybe like it could be that they shot it like outside of Gummo, or like they weren't expecting to put it in Gummo, because it kind of feels like just like extra footage they had, and they're just like, oh, you know what, this would. The editor was like, you know what, I really like it here, or some shit like that. Who edited this? Do you know who edited this? Did he edit this? Does Harmony Korine edit?
I don't
Never
think so.
heard or seen anything about it.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know who the editor is, or even the cinematographer.
Me neither.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's interesting watching this one and then like Julien Doggy Boy 2, where like you can tell that this one he had like some semblance of a crew with him. And yeah. Oh well, just for the podcast, I already told you guys we were talking about it. But the scene where they take the painting off the wall and there's all the bugs, or whatever. I guess it actually was like god awful in there, like it smelled horrible and shit. And then in the crew, there's like threatening to quit and shit like that.
Jeez.
So he had to go non-union.
That is pretty gross.
Yeah.
Where they was the location that they shot at recently affected by anything, or is it just more of like a plot thing?
What do you mean, like the tornado?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't researched the location at all. I like that last shot with the tornado.
Yeah,
tornadoes are cool, dude.
Yeah, now I kind of want to see one in real life.
There's this one meme I sent to Elijah. I sent that to you, right? The tornado baseball field thing.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I may have sent it in the group chat. I forget, but it's this video of this baseball field, like a giant ass stadium, like the big ass ones, and all of a sudden, like over, like behind the bleachers, and the bleachers are fucking huge. There's just this giant tornado just spinning, and people were just like recording it and screaming. But yeah, tornadoes are cool. I've been thinking about them a little bit more recently.
It's interesting. Now I'm thinking about like in terms of location and place and like I guess just being from Vegas, you don't think about things like tornadoes affecting you. And so imagine living in a place that is constantly being destroyed. At first I was going to say constantly being rebuilt, but it's not. It's just constantly being destroyed. And so it kind of lends into like what Elwood was saying about like we're kind of now like viewing this as like an Animal Planet documentary, because it's like all like or most of like these constructs of like what we perceive as society or regular day-to-day have constantly been destroyed, whether it be tornadoes or just like being away from everything,
It feels like a third world part of America.
Yeah.
Everybody said that after you watched the movie.
Yeah.
I have Elwood, I have a cassette recorder, and so I recorded Elijah's before Gummo and after Gummo reaction. So
dang,
I need to go through that cassette. And
are you gonna put it in the Screen Tug episode?
No, because I don't have a thing to export the tape yet, like that specific tape. I'm just gonna be collecting them, and then like one day look back on these and be like, oh yeah,
that was cool.
I ordered 5 more tapes, so I want to fill them up.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh yeah, Elwood said something. He said also the editor of Gummo edited A Quiet Place, supposedly. Really?
That's
and
interesting.
The cinematographer did Good Will Hunting. Oh shit.
Yeah,
that's cool.
The cinematographer is like some French dude.
Oh, gotcha.
I remember reading that.
Let me think. What else with this movie? Oh, I like the part with the 2 brothers. They just sort of like punch each other on camera and stuff.
It goes on a little long,
yeah,
too.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
It feels like they're not going to go too hard, and then they actually start like hitting each other.
And they're like laughing too. Like they love it, Like
the shot feels like it's waiting for them to like finally get into it too,
Yeah.
To me, the laughing, like on one hand, it felt like they enjoyed it, but part of the laughing too, it felt more just like not an uncomfortable laugh, but like they laughed away the pain, and that's why every punch after got harder and harder because they wanted to get back at their bro.
You saying that also kind of makes me think like they may have been just laughing because they're being recorded.
Yeah, because that's one of the scenes where like they constantly keep looking like beyond the camera. And
yeah. Like, is this okay?
There's a little bit of tension there with some of those
Some of those
punches.
punches. Yeah.
It's what's interesting too, like kind of what we were saying before about how like he describes the older of the two boys. The way that the twins or the brothers are written on papers, that like they're supposed to like wear nice clothes and be a little bit more good looking and shit. But I mean, the way that they're depicted, I don't know. I guess I had something different in my head if I was reading it on paper. You know what I mean?
that monologue didn't match at all with who
Yeah.
they were. I don't know.
But then it made it fit more though. He's like, oh, this is what that means in this world.
It's their perception of what like cool is
Yeah.
or something like that.
It felt like it felt more like those brothers had like the same energy as the people they were talking about in the monologue, because like, but the people in the monologue were like sent to prison for like killing their parents, and it's like those clearly are like aren't the same brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't catch it the first time either. I caught that the second time.
Or was that them before like they got sent to prison?
See, I thought that's why I was confused. He's like, okay, so did they kill their parents or whatever? But I guess when you put it like that, it makes more sense now
Yeah.
because it shows how like these people might seem so unique, but they're not.
Mm-hmm. No, because the people in the monologue, they said that they had like slicked hair and stuff, and those dudes were bald.
That's what I was
okay.
confused.
Okay. I missed that.
And they wore like button-up shirts and shit, and those dudes were like wearing like basketball.
That's what I said. I
shorts.
just thought that like
They look like skinheads, kind of.
Yeah. So it's just like they're just two brothers who had like.
that's what they're
similar
in
energy.
the credits is. I think skinhead.
Oh, really?
shit.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, there's a guy in my neighborhood that transfers tape and film shit to digital. Fuck yeah. I might need to hit that guy up.
That's a cool
That's-
neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. Elwood lives in a blue house.
A blue house,
Straight up.
Whoa.
It's like turquoise, like light blue.
like up, like the up house.
No, it's like blue and white. It's like some 50s shit. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, just go to no, like a Smurf. Yeah, his house looks like a Smurf house, straight up.
What do you think about that girl at the beginning? She's making out, or she's in the car with the older kid,
Mhm.
and he looks at her like really blankly and just says, "There's a lump in your titty."
Oh yeah,
There's a lump in your titty.
That part was very awkward.
I love the scene where she comes back though and talks
Mm.
about like how
Mhm.
guys are just kind of mean.
Yeah,
I just like that one.
that is a cool part.
Like they're gonna cut off your titty.
Or she like goes on to say like guys aren't gonna like me anymore.
Yeah.
it's kind
They're
of
gonna stop talking to me for no reason.
Yeah,
I said I love the shot of her in the hospital with that yellow. What did it say? Yellow balloon. Yeah, I don't know. Her character was pretty short character arc.
just like a real short side character.
Yeah, just
that-
kind of like
She
down.
looks interesting too.
Yeah, she does. She's
So-
an interesting face.
It's just like one of those things too. You guys said it where it's like Harmony Korine kind of has like that sense for those
People.
off color type of things,
Yeah.
like with the BB gun in the toe
Yeah.
type of thing.
Or even dude, where they're making out, it's like in some like dump ass car.
It's
Yeah.
it's
in front of
like a
garbage,
car,
like a,
yeah,
like a garbage fire.
a dump yard.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah,
But
with a
it's like-
fire. There's like a fire.
Yeah, there's a
going
fire
on.
going, yeah. That's like that's like a
the bathtub scene
the bathtub. scene's pretty
that's
cool.
pretty iconic, I think.
Did he? I feel like he's talked about the bacon on the wall. I forget what he said.
I read something that like Werner Herzog really liked that, and then that's cool because Werner Herzog was in.
Now they're like best friends.
Yeah, that scene's pretty like gross. I like it.
That scene didn't really gross me out that much.
I just thought it was
Mm.
so awesome.
It's cool. Is it like
The chocolate bar was what always got me though. Like when it
The-
falls in the water, you're like, ah,
the water
it's all
that he's
shitty
in?
and melted.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. You assume that water got there because like he turned on like his shower or whatever,
Mhm.
but it's just like
He's a dirty
that water's
boy.
dirty as fuck,
Yeah.
you know. And
It reminds me of my old coworker, the old job I was at, because he would say, because he lived in the Midwest. He lived in I forget what the town's called, but it's like 3 hours away from like Chicago, and it's just like a butt fuck nowhere town, and it was like kind of segregated, so he didn't see a lot of black
Mm.
people. There's a few, was mostly just like white and Mexican people, and it was like a population of like less than like 10 or 5,000 people. So it was like pretty fucking small. But he said they didn't have like really any electricity or like running water. So they would for bathtubs for like bathing and like showers, they didn't have showers. They would just fill up a tub, and there was like 5 siblings, and they would take turns in the same water. So if you're the last sibling going, you got like some dirty ass water.
Yeah.
So that's what this reminded me of. He could have been bathing like that because like the tornado fucked up their plumbing or something.
No, that makes sense. It's just they really achieved a grimy aesthetic.
Yeah.
In there.
I never really felt too grossed out by that scene. Like the first time I watched it, I felt like just like really like warm. I was like, yeah,
warm.
Eating food in the tub. Luxury.
I don't know. I like it because it like grosses me out.
Yeah.
But
the water's gross.
Like,
the water's gross. I'll give you that.
The water's gross. And then he starts eating in there. And it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
You know? And it's almost like he doesn't care if like the food gets in the water either.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if it does or not, but it doesn't look like he
and
has.
like when his mom is doing the shampoo in his hair, she's like just like flicking it everywhere. It's like, damn, you're gonna get in the spaghetti. Just chill.
Then he drops the fucking chocolate bar in the fucking tub, and then he's eating chocolate with spaghetti
with a glass of milk.
She says for dessert, and he just starts eating the chocolate bar right in the middle of the spaghetti. Like doesn't finish the spaghetti.
The chocolate gets all soggy with like that shit water, and it's a great scene.
I think it's like definitely a Harmony Korine thing, but it's also kind of a Midwestern thing. Like that coworker, like his name is Don. He's old as fuck. He was just gross. He was like, germs are good for you, and he would the clock out thing was like a fingerprint thing, and so it wouldn't scan for his because he's got like these like calloused ass fingers, and they're like big fucking meaty sausage fingers, and his thumbprints are like kind of fucked up. So he would like lick his thumb and then thumb it out and wouldn't wipe it off or anything.
Damn,
it was gross as fuck.
So then whoever was next had like his saliva.
It was as soon as I realized he did that, I just started wiping it off with my shirt every single time. It was like even when he wasn't clocked out, I would just wipe it off.
We haven't talked about the rabbit, the bunny kid yet.
Yeah, we should talk.
Oh,
about
he's
him.
cool.
He said, I don't know. I really like how the characters felt like the establishing shots. Like I can't really remember the homes, but the faces stay with you a lot longer than most. It's really cool because the place is only as rich as the people who inhabited it. Well said, Elwood. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, all of them have pretty memorable faces.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bunny kid. We didn't talk about Chloe Svegny much here, or the bunny kid yet, so we'll talk about them a little bit more. The bunny kid's like a total mystery.
Yeah,
he doesn't talk.
Or to me, like I would I don't want to say understand, but I could digest it more. I feel like if it weren't for the last scene with him making out with the
two
Chloe
girls,
yeah, because then I'm like, I don't know. That part was confusing. That was the only thing that was confusing. But before, it seemed like a portrait of childhood out there, lonely.
I know when like those two guys who are pretending to be like the cowboys, they kind of make a reference that he might be gay.
Like a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like it makes sense with like the bunny ears.
Yeah.
They're pink.
Like a Playboy type thing.
Like queer.
But then he's with the girls, so
yeah, he's clearly very straight.
My bad.
And pulling like hella bitches. Dude doesn't even talk. It's got bad game. And it's the body language.
It's the body language. He's the opening image too, right? Him on the bridge.
Yeah. I like him on the bridge. He pisses off the side of the bridge.
Yeah.
And he sticks his head through like the hole in the chain link fence, which looks cool.
Mm-hmm. The way too, because like a lot of it is just like close on him, and then it cuts to like the camera like below the bridge looking up, or like it's just like a still shot of like the freeway, and it like tilts up to him, and then it shows him like pissing.
Yeah,
that's funny. But that's those series of shots over there too. It felt like similar to like when they were finding or like when the still photographs when they were describing the characters. Like it's like it felt like they were finding I forgot what I was going to say.
You're good.
Sorry.
What'd you guys think of the closing shot where it's like it's him running to the camera and he shows a dead cat to the camera? What's the significance?
Oh yeah, he's the opening closing shot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I don't know, something about pastime, killing cats. You know, you can say or think whatever we want. We're gonna go back to killing cats. You know, they're in their own world.
He like runs up right to the camera.
It's
it's almost like a fourth wall break.
it is.
It is.
Straight
It
up.
legitimately is.
It's directed towards the audience.
It feels like it's supposed to be a statement, but I can't make nothing of it.
The whole movie's like super matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's like with like kids, there's like a lot of room to interpret. With this one, it's almost like that times 10, but almost like I feel like you're not supposed to think about it like super hard either. You're supposed to just like see it and be like, this is the way these people live their lives.
There's an element of like Harmony Korine that's kind of like that. I don't know 100% if that's what he means here. Sometimes he's definitely like that. Yeah, that closing shot I always thought was interesting because it's very like deliberate, you know.
Yeah.
Like I always thought of it because it's like when I break it down, like what's happening in that closing shot is like this kid wearing bunny ears, like who doesn't talk much throughout the thing, comes up to you and like shows you a dead cat. It's like, what does it mean for somebody to come up to you and make you look at a dead cat?
It makes me think about, like, do you know how like cats, like when they actually like respect and like their owners, they start like bringing the owners like dead mouses and shit like that because like they.
I never even thought about that. Yeah,
they want to like take care of their owners now. It just makes me think of that. I don't know how to tie it back in like conceptually.
That's not a bad train of thought though. I didn't think about that. That's a good perspective. The way what I've got so far in terms of like that last scene is just like look at something horrible, or look at something that you like, look at a part of reality that like exists but
isn't fun,
you know. Just like look at a dead cat.
Yeah,
I get that vibe.
And Elwood said here, I kind of thought of him as a narrator kind of character, which I can see that. Like, he's the only character that like really breaks the fourth wall, and he shows you the dead cat. I think it's a good way to look at it. Even he doesn't narrate, but like he's a little bit like omniscient.
Yeah. He doesn't. He feels
wise.
In the world, but not of the world.
Yeah. I wonder why they chose to give him bunny ears.
I was trying to think about that too.
They're pink too. It's not like
a
direct like Alice in Wonderland type of thing.
We gotta ask Chloe.
Yeah. Yeah, Chloe. She probably was like,
this looks cool.
Cute little ears.
Yeah. Isn't the cat like the sister's cat?
Yeah.
And isn't the cat like pregnant?
Foot.
Oh, that's the cat
name
that he
is
shows at the end.
I think so, because they end up killing that cat. So it'd be interesting. Like, the cat was pregnant, so like in the way the cat like kind of represents like hope, like a future.
Yeah.
And then it's like they kill the cat, and he's showing you the cat, and it's like what you said, where it's like, in a way, the town's kind of like, at one point it had a future, and then something happened that killed it, and now it's like, this.
That's good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elwood said innocence is dead here kind of thing. Yeah. It's like, hey, want to look at a dead cat?
Yeah. It would be interesting to see what the town was like before the tornado, sort of. Like, to see, there's definitely probably people who acted similarly, but now it's like they've kind of got like more.
What was the town supposed to be called?
Xenia.
Oh yeah.
Xenia,
what does
Ohio.
Xenia mean?
Xenia. So Xenia.
Let's see.
Xeno. I guess it makes me think of like Xeno, like xenophobe, but Xenia. Like the prefix to xenophobe.
Does that mean like alien or
xenophobic.
something? What does that mean?
Xenophobic's like you're afraid of like outsiders.
Yeah.
Kinda. So Xeno would probably be like something alien. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
If Harmony Korine thought of this like place as just like another planet.
All I see is Xbox 360 research emulator.
What the fuck? I got the Xenia is a noun, the influence or effect of pollen on the endosperm or embryo, resulting in hybrid characteristics in form, color, etc. of the derived seed.
It looks like it's a real town, Xenia, Ohio. Xenia is Greek for hospitality.
There's so many different definitions.
I would say like kind of
This is guest friendship, ritualized friendship.
Xenia, like an alien America,
Or concept of
an
hospitality.
alien part of America.
The concept of strangers. The concept of hospitality to strangers. Interesting.
Definitely is alien.
Yeah, the kid kind of looks alien.
Doesn't he? Yeah, I remember thinking about that last shot a lot the first time I saw the movie.
I want to see what the place looks like now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Go to the where they shot it. Oh man, I really like the music in this. I'm not a death metal or like screamo guy. I'm like not big into it. Although, when you showed me Cannibal Corpse, I really do like I Come Blood.
You like the way the music sounds?
I like that one song.
Okay.
The other stuff is a little bit too repetitive. It's like it sounds so similar, but like I Come Blood genuinely like gets me going. Have you seen a live show from Cannibal Corpse?
I've heard they're intense.
Dude, they're
crazy.
So I looked at one in like the 90s, and their hair looks it straight up looks like a windmill.
Really?
I'm not even joking.
It's like
their hair is crazy. Yeah, it looks
whoa.
like it's like they do it to like the rhythm, so it's like
Imagine like playing guitar to that too.
It's intense,
yeah,
dude.
it's pretty cool.
And then I saw a video of them now. They're all super fat and they still do it.
That's cool.
But they've gotten better at it, so they can just do it from like the neck. They don't have to
Oh
move their
my
body
God.
at all, and it looks horrifying, man. It looks straight up scary. Like seeing a fat dude just go like, it's like what the fuck? It looks like a horror movie. I'm not even joking. It's scary.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, just look up Cannibal Corpse live shows.
I've only heard like one of their songs. I just think their song titles are fun.
Yeah, I like reading the
Yeah.
I Come Blood live.
Or just reading like the lyrics of their songs.
Yeah.
Because you can't really hear the lyrics when they're singing them because it just sounds like. Yeah. But if you read the lyrics, they're like actually like. They're like full length songs, you know?
Yeah. I would say it's an interesting seeing an almost apocalyptic town taking place now. Harmony Korine has been paying that town to stay in character for 25 years. But yeah, I like the way they use, because you don't see a lot of death metal in movies.
No.
But I like it when I see it or like hear it, because it's just like, I'm glad this is like feels fresh. Like even like a Funny Games has
Yeah.
death metal. It
They
just feels
use
like,
it really
oh, it just
well.
feels so good. It's like
Yeah.
I'm ready. But yeah, here I like
I like how they use it at the beginning when they're on the bikes, because it's almost like it's not like the Reservoir Dogs scene, but it's like Harmony Korine's version of like the
walk.
yeah,
out. Yeah.
yeah.
I remember when I first saw it scene, I remember saying like, all right, this movie's badass.
Yeah.
It's like seeing it's like the song's pretty. I like the voice effect too. It has like an echo to it. The way he sings is pretty cool too. But yeah, that scene's cool. Just going down
I
the
like
hill.
that
They just
part.
look like some menaces. you
Yeah.
know? They just look like they're out to do no good.
I like when they like sniff the glue or like they get high on the glue and then they're like sitting in like they're sitting in like a forest kind of, right? Or
Yeah, on
like
top
by
of,
some
like,
trees or
they're
some
on top
shit.
of like some like look like
And just
graffiti or
like
something.
the way the younger kid's face looks, it's like his lips are like either super chapped or like. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
they were like moist.
Yeah, like really moist.
Like he just like abused his face in chapstick.
Yeah, that was interesting. Is that something that happens like when people huff glue or something?
I don't know. I don't have
I think
clue.
I think you just like anytime like you get like high like that, you just
Moist.
no. I think of it more like, to me in that scene, like it seemed like his face kind of like turned like clay or Play-Doh. And, like, he, like
Yeah.
spread the ends of his
Mm.
lips, you know, and it gets stuck like that. I was just gonna say like glue, you get stuck, and I feel like physically you get stuck, and then you think of it too, like how many glue huffers are over there and they're just stuck.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the place is
yeah.
the place is glue. It's stuck to you.
Oh,
if
shit.
If you're from
There you go.
it's just
The more you think about it,
and
the better.
and when you're from there, it's like glue.
That's pretty good. This shit sounded like it had some flow.
You should have seen what I was about to say.
Sorry. I do be licking my lips a lot more when I'm high though.
Yeah.
Your lips get dry and shit.
Yeah.
I think it's like when you get high, or when I get high, it's like you find one thing that like it just feels good. Like I just keep doing that, just scratching my side or whatever. Just
I like moving in the couch, just like wiggling around.
I remember when you took acid the first time, you're just a wiggly worm.
I kept like fucking kicking the couch, kind of.
I-
You're probably like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
I've been there. Who else?
Chloe Spagnuolo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that part, the scene at the beginning is interesting where they're like putting the tape on their nipples.
Is it to make their nipples or their breasts look better?
I think the nipples, like the areola, to look bigger.
It kind of seemed like they were doing it to like make him bigger or something.
They said she said like, yeah, they look bigger, they look fuller.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's
That's
interesting too that they were
interesting
doing that, and like the little sister's just in the background the whole time too, and
The little sister was funny.
It kind of just cuts to that too.
Yeah,
Like they're all just hanging out, and then it cuts to them just like
jumping
topless in the mirror.
And then it cut to them just like jumping. I don't know what song. I forget what song was playing, but there's just song just like
Oh.
loud
it,
as
was
shit.
it was a Beatles song, wasn't it?
No, I don't know if it was a Beatles song.
It was an older song.
Fuck.
think it
We've
was a
all
Beatles
heard
song.
the song before. I want to find it.
I'm pretty sure it's a Beatles song. I remember thinking Beatles. It's definitely a 60s song.
Oh, have you heard of the Diary of Anne Frank 2?
No.
Oh, didn't Harmony Korine try to do that?
So it's a 40-minute 3-screen collage featuring the same actors and themes as Gummo. Yeah.
a collage, what does that mean?
So like he has 3 screens going at once
Playing
with like
different
different
things?
footage.
Oh, that sounds tight
Yeah.
as fuck.
I don't think it got released though, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's like that. He really is like that.
Gummo's
That's
soundtrack.
hardcore though.
Yeah. There's this one video I saw. It's called, like,
Every day,
Yeah.
it's a getting closer.
Oh, it's that
going
one, yeah.
faster than a
what is
roller
that?
coaster.
Buddy Holly.
Maybe.
I think it's Buddy
Let
Holly.
me see.
Going faster than a roller coaster.
Hey.
Hey. What was I gonna say? Oh, that one scene where they get that ride from that dude who's like, "Let me reach in the glove compartment," and then he starts like lifting up her skirt,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that scene's cool.
and he's like, "What does he say?" He says like,
Oh, I'm gonna go get the map. Let me go into the glove box.
We're
And
almost
then
there. We're almost
Then
there.
he takes like a right turn.
"What's the shit he says when he's leaving?" He's like, "Nothing. Oh, nothing new for like white
Yeah,
trash.
nothing
like
you haven't done before.
Nothing new for
Something
white trash."
like
And he
that.
keeps he says it like 5 times though. He's like, "Nothing new for trash like you. Nothing new for trash."
I
like
kind
you."
of felt he was gonna try and do something creepy.
Or it's just, I don't know. It's funny too because like they have the signs up for their cat. Like they're just going around looking for their cat. You know, and he's like, "I'm gonna drive you to your cat." You know,
That scene's also kind of creepy though, or like actually
It's a little
scary
creepy, yeah.
because if you think about it, like say it was just one of them looking for the cat, and if like they just got in the car with them,
Mhm.
probably one of the reasons like they're able to get away easier is because there's 3 of them,
Yeah.
you know. So like if it was just one of them, they probably could have got like raped or something. Some worse
Yeah.
shit could happen. Yeah.
That would suck. I was worried the first time I watched it. I was worried that he was gonna drive off with the little sister in the back.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he didn't. She got out. She was smart. I was about to say, dude, we almost forgot about the albino chick with the fucking car
Yeah.
with the white hair.
Patrick
She's like
Swayze.
4'11".
Patrick
She loves
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
She was born with no toes.
She said, "I'd pay for him to just touch me." Or
Yeah.
whatever she said.
Some shit
Oh yeah,
like
she was
that.
born with no
born
toes.
with no
I
toes.
thought they were gonna show her feet the first
Yeah, I
time I
thought
saw.
so too.
Yeah.
Even the second time, I was like, do we see her feet? But no.
She's so nice though.
Yeah.
She seemed cool.
I like how she described herself as blonde.
Yeah, it's like just like white ass hair.
Yeah.
She says something like, "I want a guy that likes me for me."
Yeah.
She talks about shit like
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, the way she describes it, it felt like a Match.com profile. Almost.
Yeah, she's like, okay,
Yeah.
about black guys, white guys.
Yeah.
He
Every-
probably did tell her that. He's like, this is like for like online dating.
Yeah, because like, or he probably I was like, what kind of guys you like? Because she's like, I like guys with blonde hair, blue eyes, actually black hair, and actually any guy that likes me for me.
Yeah, she was funny. That was such a cool segment. What do you guys think about them killing the grandma?
That was one part I think I knew about going in,
Oh, did you?
unfortunately. But
Really?
so I was kind of interested because I'd heard about that part, so I thought, I wonder how they're gonna show it, you know? And do you think it's supposed to come off as like evil?
It's supposed to come off definitely as like morally ambiguous. Is how I
Yeah,
interpreted it.
because it's like in a way it's fucked up, but the lady is kind of like dead.
Yeah.
You know, she's just living off like that ventilator, and technically it's keeping her alive, but she's not like awake. She's not really thinking about anything.
Yeah.
And the kid says something along the lines of like she's just as good as dead. But I feel like they also do it too because they know it's like that gay kid's grandma, and he's killing the cats, and they're pissed off about that. So like,
yeah,
we get to kill this kid's grandma and probably get him upset too.
There's
so that's
a bit of
plus.
like an ulterior motive.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the part when they walk in and they look at the kids' fucking drag pictures.
Yeah.
Like all the pictures of. I forgot about that part.
But then it cuts to the footage of like him and drag and shit, and like, that's what I'm saying. Like it's so interesting to have that in there, you know, like the research part. It feels like it's interesting too. Like before the scene starts, it shows more footage, but like of like the satanic shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when they first go inside the house and they're wearing the mask and the music's still blasting, I thought they were going into some satanic ritual house. You know?
Oh,
that'd have been cool.
Those masks are creepy.
Yeah.
I like the masks.
I like it when the little kid goes like, he pulls up the Playboy and he's like, he's got a gay one.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I like the part where they show that the gay kid also like making the trap for the cats.
He like smashes the
He
bottle.
actually smashes the bottle. That was pretty cool.
That scene was cool.
I like that.
I like how it's just like they just pan across the whole thing.
I guess it's interesting too the way he kills the cats compared to the other way they do. They do more of like a brute force type of thing, and he like lures them in.
Strategy.
Yeah, he's got the brains.
Think smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how it's composed too. When they show him like go to the dumpster and like break the glass and put it in there, it's just one shot from far away. I guess I mostly like how it's lit.
Okay.
I guess I'm in my cinematography class right now, and we're learning how to do day exteriors and day interiors. And he's like, usually we do night interiors and exteriors too, but we don't have time, so you got to figure it out for yourself. So recently I'm trying to pay attention to night exteriors, because to me, of all the times of day or locations, that's the hardest right there.
Not enough light.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry. I was paying attention to that when I was watching.
I feel this movie's hard to talk about as a whole, but like when you start diving into it, it's like there's a lot there.
Yeah. You don't know where to start. That's why I didn't know where to start when we started talking about it.
You just gotta pick something.
I just wanted to be in the middle already.
I'd like to read some reviews about it, because it seems like it had like a mixed reception, which makes sense. But just to see like the way people structure their discussion on it.
Oh fuck, we didn't even talk about the tap dancing part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that part was cool.
I like that. That's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
The whole basement was so
interesting. He's lifting the forks and
Yeah,
knives and shit.
while Madonna is playing.
Yeah. I just like that scene so much.
What is
Oh, go ahead.
No, just like it's interesting too. Like his mom is in there just like saying all a bunch of shit about his dad and stuff like that. And I guess now I'm thinking about it in like context of like our first like real introduction to like a parent figure in this environment full of just like free roaming children. And in comparison to kids when they go meet or see his mom, I don't know, this one felt more intimate, more like I guess wholesome. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I like it for that reason.
That's the word, wholesome.
Yeah, Gummo. I can see. Yeah, Gummo's definitely
Gummo's
more wholesome than
it's like wholesome kids.
Elwood said, "I want the Daniel Johnson music video released. It's the one that Harmony Korine made. Do you think he has it? Yeah, dude. If If we get a name for ourselves, we should just get a bunch of filmmakers to go and like track down Harmony Korine and force him to give us all of his footage.
We'll just become like film archaeologists and all the unreleased shit out
Yeah.
there. Like
Y'all good?
what's the comedian? He's in King of Comedy. It's the one that Robert De Niro's obsessed
Jerry
with.
Lewis.
Jerry Lewis. You know how he has that clown movie?
Mhm.
That's like
I think so.
like I don't know.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Oh, it never got released.
Yeah, it never got released
Yeah.
because I don't know. He just said it was whatever. We already have a list of shit like that.
Yeah, we gotta go find him. He said, "I like the way they framed the grandma like a cat that they're putting out of her misery." It's a good.
Oh, that's
It's a good
clever.
metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
The actress who plays the mom. Oh, that is
Days
cool.
of Heaven.
Yeah.
That actress who plays the mom, that was her last movie.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
It's interesting how he doesn't talk to her at all.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see like she's trying to like get through to him a little bit, and for whatever reason he's just like silent.
He's-
And it kind of like it affects her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's melancholy.
I interpret it as like he's just trying to be like the older kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, the mother's love really does like come through. And,
Yeah, like he still goes, takes a bath, and eats his spaghetti. You know,
Yeah.
he gets babied. She buys him a chocolate bar.
Yeah. I like the two. It cuts to the two kids selling it.
Yeah, they're just
I like their
talking.
outfits too because they had their suits on, but they still had like the nice white shoes. and
All the
stuff.
money they have from the chocolate.
It's all just $1 bills.
Yeah.
Jalen told me that the clown movie is supposed to be available by 2024. Okay, cool. The Jerry Lewis thing. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna watch the fuck out of that.
We already got
The-
Screen Tongue episode 300.
Yeah,
and-
scheduled already.
and
Mark it up in the
scheduled.
calendar.
the Vincent Gallo movie Promises Rain with Water.
Oh yeah, we have to uncover all,
Like
the, all the
100
other Vincent Gallo
Yeah.
ones. What else is there?
I hope
Well,
it's
I know it
good.
was supposedly it's been burned in a fire, but Tarantino's first film, my best friend's what's it called?
I don't know.
My best friend's birthday.
Yeah, my best friend's birthday.
We need to find the original Freaks.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
dude.
one that's like 90 minutes long.
God.
That one I think actually got burned in a
I
fire.
like Freaks so much.
We should talk about Freaks sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to
I'll
talk
watch
about
it.
I,
Yeah,
I,
Freaks.
I gotta check it out. So
Oh,
Freaks is cool. I have the DVD for it. The DVD's pretty cool too.
you have
'Cause,
a
like,
DVD for it?
the DVD is like from I think the early 2000s, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just like it's different. It's a little
Yeah.
different.
anything
what
else to say? I mean, we got 2 more movies.
Yeah, I was
to
about to
talk
say
about.
we've been on this one for a while. Let's rate it because we can. There's still a little bit more to get into with Gummo, but I think we covered the main shit.
Yeah. Hard to talk about as a whole.
I would
But-
give it an 8 point. I'd probably give it like an 8.7. 8.7 out of 10.
I'd give this one a fully realized.
Yeah.
You know, he came in. He stepped up to the plate, and he didn't back down from what he wanted to do. It seemed like. I like it.
Yeah. I'd put it like around like 435 on the list.
What does that mean?
435 out of
Top
500.
500.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
435. That's pretty.
What's your 500?
Number 500.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
I'll
Croods.
get back to you.
The
I'll get a
Croods.
good one in there.
The Croods.
Do you like the
Me-
Croods?
Nah.
Because like you I remember in your letterbox where you talked about it.
Yeah, I
too.
did. I mentioned it because of the
Chris.
caveman. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. If you have a letterbox, follow me. I'm to be fucked with.
What's my name?
username.
I don't remember my name, but if you go to the followers on Norby's page, you'll see I'm in there. You'll see my picture. My face is on there. Yeah.
I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna link your guys' letterbox.
Yeah.
Nice.
On the YouTube.
Follow us
channel.
on Letterbox. Let's get that Letterboxd following going.
Yeah.
I'm cool guy Elijah.
There you go. That one's hard to remember.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Letterbox too. It's a
It's
great
cool.
service. I'm
Oh.
glad it exists.
It's fun.
I really just like the diary thing. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Okay, next up is Julien Donkey Boy.
Oh.
This is my favorite.
This is my favorite. One of
of
my
the
favorites
four.
too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I like him. I don't know if I like him more than Kids, but I like him more than Gummo.
It's to me it's not as cohesive as any of the other films, but it's way more to me boundary pushing.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just experimental. It legitimately feels like an experimental film.
Yeah.
Because like it captures like to me like genuinely like interesting performances in this obscure way that makes it feel, I think maybe to an untrained eye, maybe amateur. But or at least that's what I thought at first when I was first watching this movie. It's like, okay, because it seemed like he kind of burned some bridges with Gummo, so didn't have the same budget or crew, or maybe he didn't want it, but at the same time definitely seemed smaller. And what was interesting was that like once you remove that shit, it's like, oh, that's the filter that having like a decent crew does for you, you know, kind of it really is like the polish that makes like a film, right? Because there are parts of the film that like it felt like, because okay, so he was born in 73, he had 26 when the movie came out.
Yeah,
It was
around
99.
Yeah.
So let's say he made this when he was like 24, 25. So roughly our age, little older.
Yeah, a few years older.
And I mean, like the 3 to 4 years, I think it does make a difference, but still, it's in the same ballpark. And at first, when I was first watching, it felt like that. I'm like, okay, this makes more sense than like, how does this fucking guy write kids and do Gummo and stuff? Like, okay, he's just a guy, and that's what it felt like at first. But then as I got more into it, I'm like, oh wait, no, this seems like a choice. This feels like choices. And then once I started viewing the movie that way, it became way more fun. And I think I'm just like aesthetic wise, like it just like fit my preferences and palette more. The idea of doing a scene in still images, I was like, yeah,
That scene was cool.
that was awesome.
I like that shit.
Same thing with the way slow shutter, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. Also, too, have you guys read the Dogma Manifesto?
I was gonna bring that up because
I want to talk about it on the podcast.
It's like the competition, right?
no,
no, it was more just like a movement, like a film movement.
Oh, gotcha.
But like that's how the film opens with this movie has been certified to have been made under the Dogma standards.
So it was like this thing that came from Lars von Trier and Thomas Vinterberg. Lars von Trier, he did Dogville,
Antichrist,
Breaking the Waves.
Thomas
Dancing in the Dark.
Vinterberg, he did
The Hunt.
he also did what's it called?
Another Round.
Yeah, and the one that won the best foreign feature. It's a great film. You guys should check it out.
Yeah.
I want to check out the one though he made that kind of like made it name. What is it called? I think it's called The Celebration. I was gonna recommend it. I still might. But yeah, they kind of made it together.
So there were supposed to be like some rules to it.
Like only natural lighting.
I got them right here.
Damn.
Okay.
Shooting must be done on locations. Props and sets must not be brought in. The sound must never be produced apart from the images or vice versa. Music
Wait,
must.
say the last one again.
The sound must never be produced apart from the images.
Only sync
Damn.
sound.
Holy fuck.
They broke some of the rules, but music can't be used unless it occurs where the scene is being shot. The camera must be handheld. The film must be in color. Optical work and filters are forbidden. The film must not contain superficial action, murder, weapons.
Oh, okay.
Probably like sex.
Oh, they totally broke the rules.
Temporal and geographical alienation are forbidden. Genre movies are not acceptable. Must be 35 millimeter. The director must not be credited. And then
Was this 35 millimeter?
it feels
No.
like digital.
Yeah,
in some
it
parts.
I thought it was digital.
It felt like
VHS.
It felt like VHS to
almost.
me. Yeah. Like a tape.
The goal of the Dogma Collective is to purify filmmaking by refusing expensive and spectacular special effects, post-production modifications, and other technical gimmicks. The filmmakers concentrate on the story and the actors' performances. They claim this approach may better engage the audience, as they are not alienated or distracted by overproduction.
Now you're distracted by underproduction.
Yeah. I feel at first like I've seen Breaking the Waves. Lars von Trier had like 3 of them. There's Breaking the Waves, then there's one called like The Idiot, and then I've only seen Breaking the Waves. And even with Breaking the Waves, you kind of gotta get used to it at first. This though is like the time for me to get used to it was just a bit more. You know, it's pretty like you said, it's pretty experimental. And in a way, like I don't think it's meant to be easy to follow. It's very in your face about being different.
Yeah.
And I grew to like appreciate it and like it, and I think it like fit the story pretty well. But I didn't get into it the same way I did with like Breaking the Waves or like, even though like Lars von Trier's later movies aren't like using the dogma rules,
They feel influenced by it.
You definitely see the influence, like Antichrist, Dogville with like, there's no, I haven't seen Dogville, but there's no like set. You know, it's like a play kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the Lars von Trier movies are a bit more like easy to follow than this one, but this is still really interesting.
They did some. Let me read what Albert said real quick. He said, one of my favorite movies, Julien Donkey Boy, top like 30 for sure. This movie is natural beauty. I think because it was a Dogma 95 movie. It's like such a genuine movie, like such a genuine beauty. I love the scene with the ice skater. It's so haunting, dude. Fuck. Yeah, I was just in terms of like how it was shot, like put together and stuff, they did some interesting stuff. Like even that one shot where it's like the dad's talking and they're like walking down the street, and then they put a picture of the dad, like his face, and like you can tell like the background for that's black, so the opacity is like for the black image you can see them walking, and it's like it's him it's just like some narration from him, or like some monologue from him, and it shows his face. I just like that. I just like stuff like that.
Yeah, this movie felt like a series of things that I liked. Like, wow, I can't believe that someone made this, and like these are things that I've been wanting to try.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or even like the way that was framed, like the face was like in the image underneath it, you could tell like they planned having that face there.
Yeah,
it was just like, it was well like they realized
composed.
it.
Yeah.
Or even like that one that like you said, the one scene where it's just the images. It worked well because like the shots looked, they're good enough to get like what you could see people's faces and stuff. It was just
in a sense it was interesting because it deconstructed not just like film language and film form where we're used to seeing shot reverse shot and things like that, but like moving images and still, but like it broke down performance and things like that too. It's like, okay, what does performance mean in a single image?
Like the key frames.
Yeah. So yeah, that part was awesome. That's probably
that was a really cool part. I really like that part.
The first 15 minutes or so, that's probably my favorite. It's just I had such an enjoyable experience in those first 15 minutes of like what I was saying, like a little bit skeptical. It's like really getting into it. I was also pretty high.
Yeah.
What's I gonna say? Also too, I guess like speaking more on camera stuff that I found cool, interesting or cool. Towards the beginning, like when they're having like the fight or whatever, but like the camera's like right here, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's perspective.
Yeah.
That part's kind of creepy. Where he's just looking at the camera and then like the snot comes down his nose.
Yeah.
And the bubbles in his mouth.
Kid.
Yeah. Did you know he was supposed to have schizophrenia?
I don't know what it was, but it was very clear he was mentally ill.
Yeah.
I remember he was mentally ill. I remember looking at this movie like in high school and stuff like that, and so I remember reading the description. And just in the description, it talks about it.
Yeah, that's where I heard about it.
Yeah, but going into it, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Even then, I didn't. Even now, before you said that, I didn't know what mental illness was supposed to be or anything like that. This was something I noticed the first time I watched the movie, and something I paid attention to a lot more this time watching the movie. I think Julien Donkey Boy, like the dude Julien. I haven't seen anybody talk about this in like videos or anything or like articles. I tried looking up. I haven't looked like extensively, but I haven't seen anybody talk about it. I think, and there's evidence that I'll show you guys and I'll see what you guys think. But I think Julien Donkey Boy is supposed to be like some sort of representation of like Jesus Christ or the Antichrist or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So I'll lay out the evidence for you guys. Whenever his brother Chris, even Chris is like shorthand for like Christian,
Yeah.
which like comes from like
Okay.
Christianity, Christ, Christianity. His name starts with like, it's Julien. We don't know his last name, but it's like Julien, starts with a J. And it's common in movies to have like JC be like the initials of a character.
That's
like
true.
John Connor. So Julien, whenever he wrestles his brother or like talks to his dad, it's like he always turns the other cheek, or he doesn't fight back. You know, like Jesus taught, turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
What else? There's a few other ones. This scene's not really super direct, but when they talk about Jesus Christ and how they died for people's sins in the church, he starts crying. There's one more piece of evidence. Oh yeah, when when he's talking to the Jewish kid at the end, and the Jewish kid doesn't like him. The kid with the ice cream.
Yeah.
Also the whole thing with like he gets his sister pregnant, which isn't like, you know, Jesus didn't do that, but it reminds me of like the Virgin Mary a little bit. Well, there's one more piece, but I forget it was.
It is kind of interesting.
There's a lot more biblical stuff in this one.
Him impregnating his sister is kind of interesting though, because like technically God impregnated like the Virgin Mary to create like God in the flesh.
Yeah.
So there is like, I get it's a stretch to call it incestuous, but like if Jesus is impregnating his sister, like what do you get from that?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I also thought it was the beginning's interesting. The first time I watched the movie, I forgot the beginning, and then I remembered it later on. But this time I paid attention to it more, and I was thinking about it a lot more today, because he goes up to the kid, and the kid shows him that there's turtles in these trees. I was like, what the fuck does a turtle have to do with anything? And I don't know. That's why I think it'd be cool to read the Bible. But in terms of like, in trying to connect turtles to the Bible, I think like turtle doves. So that's the only connection I can see of that to the Bible. But
I think of it and how like the universe is like actually just a giant turtle. We gotta talk about the It book. We should.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What else about this movie? Oh, I was gonna bring that up though. What was interesting is, I guess, in terms of like relation to the dogma rules and stuff like that, and you know, it's clear that rules were broken, but sound wise, it's crisp and clear, you know, which that was the thing that sold me, like, oh, okay, this visual thing must be like a choice then, you know. Because yeah, it just sounded good. Because like sound just didn't match the visual to me, but in a good way. I'm in a sound class, so I've been thinking about sound a lot too.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was mixed well, and it was just properly captured.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it before, but like, I don't know. Every time I work on a film, when we work, like I just in general, I've never been on a film where there's great sound. You know, every time you listen, like all you hear is the fucking room tone and shit like that. You're like, damn, how are you supposed to do it? And so yeah, I guess I'm gonna study it.
Yeah, sound is be cool to meet a sound guy. I mean, I know Damien. Remember Damien?
Yeah,
yeah. He was on Assless too.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah.
Damien's cool.
Yeah, he's
Sound
a cool
speed.
You should meet him. He's pretty cool. He likes getting like
He's
audio
like
work.
the audio president guy.
Like vice president,
Yeah.
at UNLV.
There's an audio club.
Yeah.
There's a Nicolas Cage pizza enthusiast club.
Is it really? Is
That's
that here?
interesting.
Yeah, I haven't gone, but I want to. We should.
Yeah,
go.
you should
Pizza.
totally go.
I don't know if they still have it, but
Bring a camera.
Yeah, they meet once a month or once a week to eat pizza and talk about Nicolas Cage.
What the fuck? Yeah, we got to go to that. for
Yeah.
sure. Easily. I like the one part where it's just like Julien out in the street just rambling, and it reminds me of like what we're gonna have to do for the gas station thing. Where like the lens is pretty long, so the camera's away from them, and I'm pretty sure there's just random people like passing by him. So that dude just had to act just like total crazy person in front of all these people in the street.
He puts on a great performance.
That's also that's Spud from
and
Train Spotting and
Naked.
the crackhead dude from Naked.
Yeah.
I was his accent. I was so impressed.
It was so
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah. He kind of like does like this mumble thing.
And it's interesting that this movie came out after like Naked Lunch and what's the Danny Boyle one? Train Spotting.
Mhm.
But he looks younger. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
I was surprised.
he's got a good face.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd seen the chaos poem thing before.
I put that on my story.
Okay.
That's I
okay.
think that's where you saw it.
What'd you put it on there for?
I forget, but I really dug putting on there. I put it on because it's too long for this. You know, it's like the story's like 15 seconds for a video. So every time I went to the next 15 seconds, I would like turn it.
Okay.
So if people were like actually paying attention to it, they'd have to turn their phone.
What do you think about that part?
I love that part.
Yeah.
It's like that's another. I like that part a lot. It was like morning chaos, evening chaos, afternoon chaos,
Eternity
midnight chaos, eternity chaos. Oh, dude, I like that part so much.
Then Werner Herzog's like, I don't like the artsy fartsy stuff.
Yeah,
I like the real stuff.
Yeah.
The real-
Like Dirty Harry.
like, and then he describes like the ending of Dirty Harry.
He's like, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" Blast him away. That's real.
Werner Herzog's supposed to have like an interesting reputation too. I've never seen like
Check the audio.
any of his movies, but I've heard he's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would recommend checking out the documentary. What the fuck is it called?
I
Recommend.
have Grizzly Man on DVD.
Oh, I haven't. I want to watch that. We should watch that.
Okay.
I would say Werner Herzog is like a dick.
He
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a penis.
he
I'm gonna get some water. Do you want some?
yes,
Anthony?
please. We're gonna take a quick 5. I'm gonna rest my ears.
I know. People say Aguirre's or Aguirre, however you say it, Aguirre. The one with Klaus Kinski.
Yeah.
And then didn't he do Nosferatu?
Yeah, with the same.
Yeah.
Klaus Kinski, but it's the making of documentary. It's something about it's like dreams, like dreams. But it's the making of the one with the boat. You know.
Aguirre?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think that documentary is worth checking out more than I haven't even seen his films.
His other stuff? Okay.
But yeah. So I don't know if I should speak on it, but yeah, I am. And then what was I gonna say? I just want. I should wait for Norman.
Yeah. I'll see what other movies he's done.
He has a master class.
Really?
Yeah, but like in the master class, there's a section like where he teaches you how to pick a lock, and shit. He's like, if you're a filmmaker, you gotta learn and be comfortable with breaking the rules because that's all filmmaking is. And
Wow.
yeah, and I don't know, it's kind of funny. Oh, have you seen Werner Herzog Eats a Shoe?
No.
It's just 30 minutes of him eating a boot.
He eats it. He like swallows it.
He eats a shoe.
What the fuck?
I was gonna say, oh yeah, I'm waiting for Nori to say it. It's not even that big of a deal, but I don't want to talk. We gotta tell Nori about the shoe thing. Shout out to the chat. We can't read it over here. That's a bat thing. But yeah, it's just me and Elijah.
He's a character. He was in Jack Reacher.
He's in The Mandalorian.
That's interesting. Now he does like a lot of documentaries.
Yeah, he's become more of a documentarian.
He directed like The Bad Lieutenant with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. I actually want to check it out.
Have you seen the first one?
Mm-mm.
The first one looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. People say it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's had an interesting career.
Elwood's typing in the chat right now, but like I can't. You guys can't read it.
We were just talking about that.
About Elwood?
No, I like shout out to the chat. I can't read you right now, but
He said, "Oh shit, there's a bunch of people."
there's a
what
bunch
the
of people.
fuck?
Wait, who's here?
Not a bunch. Let me see.
What's going on, film fans?
Somebody said, "Okay, we're back." I've seen 3 of them, and wait, Werner Herzog is like a
Oh, they're
dick.
talking about Werner Herzog.
This dude named Axe6476, welcome, took the Pell Grant to fund my masterclass subscriptions. The Pell Grant, isn't that here?
That's the UNLV one, yeah.
Yeah, who the fuck is watching? Who is this? He kind of reminds me of David Lynch, where he directs based off his feelings. What he thinks.
Who said that?
AQ6476.
Oh, that's my friend Angel. Hey, Angel!
Oh, you got the Pell Grant?
Angel, what's up? Wait, Angel, you got masterclass?
He kind of reminds me of David Lynch, where he directs based off his feelings and what he thinks he feels right, but it's cool. Dude, is it worth it for the masterclass? Nah, I was kidding, lol. Oh, dude, you got to do it now. What up, Angel?
We should have him on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. I saw you briefly at the audio room.
Yeah. Dang, Angel. Shout out to Angel. He's my friend.
What up, friend? All right, where did we leave off? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Julien
we were
Donkey
talking
Boy.
about Werner Herzog.
That's right.
I don't. He gives me Larry Clark vibes. And not that he's like perverted stuff, but like he just seems like he's in his own world, and doesn't matter how old he gets, he keeps on just being strange. Also, too, have you seen? I was telling Elijah about this, and I guess our listeners out there. Actually, now I like that I feel like I have my own camera right
Dude,
here.
yeah, this is use it whenever you want, man.
I'm gonna use it right now. But I'm directing these messages toward Norby.
I'll look at the camera in here.
Have you heard or have you seen Werner Herzog Eats a Shoe? The short film.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. I've heard of it.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's, like Gummo, and like it speaks for itself.
How long is it?
It's 30 minutes.
Tight.
You should check it out.
I'll have to. Yeah, I will. Your friend said some more. He said, "What's up, Anthony? No, lol. I was joking. I wasn't sold from those dumb Neil deGrasse Tyson YouTube ads. Lamau. Oh, it said, oh, it's right. I'll take your Pell Grant and buy it and tell you how it is. Anyway, I gotta go, dude. See you later. Later, Elwood.
Oh, peace
See
out,
ya,
Elwood.
Elwood.
You have a
Thanks
good
for
Have a
one,
good
tuning
one,
in.
man.
Have a good night.
Talk to you soon, man.
Werner Herzog.
I thought his character was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like he's always getting high and shit. Or like not high. He was like drinking that medicine or whatever.
He was just floating.
It seemed like he was just like out of it all the time.
Oh, I wanted to mention that though, because like Harmony Korine's talked about like his relationship with his dad and shit like that.
Yeah.
And to me, this movie felt like that too, kind of like
Mm.
in a sense, an artistic expression of, I don't know, whatever he was feeling or thinking about those
Just the
memories.
fatherly stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's his like relationship with his dad supposed to be like?
It's not bad. He never said anything bad.
Yeah, not like his dad like abused him, but it was just really hard on him, like just hit him a lot and shit like that.
Okay.
I also heard, I don't know if this is true. Was there something about like him growing up around like a circus or some shit like that? Or, like,
Yes, yeah. That's all I know. But
because I was about to say like that. If you grew up around a circus, like I can see why. I remember even thinking that when I first saw the movies, like it feels like I remember hearing that like he grew up around a circus, and then like that makes sense. Like it feels like somebody like Julien Donkey Boy too, like especially Julien Donkey Boy, like that one scene with all like the acts and stuff, like all the, they're not clowns or anything, but like, that little like special needs group Julien gets with, you know, I like those scenes a lot. Like they go bowling,
Yeah.
and then they get a really step in my fucking. He's cute.
shout out to Willie.
Shout out to Willie. He doesn't have the dog cam right now. But the one scene I really like in this movie is that I don't want to say it's like a circus thing, but like they just get a bunch of like acts shown for them, you know, like they have like a DJ or whatever, and that one dude with the cigarettes, like he just throws them in his fucking mouth.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was cool.
that's like one of my favorite scenes.
And then he like puts them in and out of his mouth.
Yeah, it's like it's
just-
so
how's he
such
do
good,
that?
such good it's like solid entertainment, you know.
There's this interview where Harmony Korine is talking about that guy in real
What does he
life,
say?
and I guess because
I've not heard of this.
I forget how Harmony Korine knew him, but Harmony Korine knew of him beforehand and shit like that. and like yeah, it was that was actually an act like he did every day, multiple times a
Wow.
day,
He's
where
so
he would
good.
he would just like down cigarettes. He ended up dying from stomach cancer, but
Wow.
he lived longer than you expect someone to live who just
Yeah.
swallows like
Wow.
burning cigarettes every day.
He had like 10 to 15 of them in there, I feel.
Did you
Yeah.
see how well he threw him into his mouth?
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
like it was perfect. It was a perfect
he
throw.
kept them lit inside too when he closed
Yeah.
his
I don't even know how the
mouth.
fuck you do that. Like what happened? Like how does he position the cigarettes? Because they hurt.
Yeah,
The ends of him hurt like a fucking lot. I don't get how he has like
I guess
5 plus. Like even just one.
Mhm.
One is hard. Like having more than that is like you're crazy. How the fuck?
I don't even have that much room in my mouth. I feel
Yeah,
like,
I
you know?
don't- I think maybe it's just like a talent thing, like a gift. You know,
He
like
kept
you're
them all
s-
bunched
like a
together,
sword swallower,
too.
like
Yeah.
they're kind of just what happened?
He kept them all bunched together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
and like not only could he keep them lit in his mouth, but he could like bring them back out and continue smoking them. And he could throw them into his mouth while he has like multiple already in there. It's like I don't know how he. It's
I don't know
so
how like
impressive.
a cigarette's that aerodynamic.
Imagine-
Yeah, that too. Like he throws them. I don't know.
That was cool.
Imagine the head rush.
Every time I
Oh,
think of that
God.
scene, it makes me so happy. I really like that scene a lot.
I like when they rap with like the albino dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I'm a black albino, straight from Alabama, and I forget the rest. But that part was cool. I remember like he goes off. Like
He
it actually
starts rapping,
It actually sounds
yeah.
good.
He's got a good flow.
Yeah, he's got a really good flow. And he's a black albino. I like how he's just albino and he like hangs out with like the special needs
I like
group.
how
Are they all blind?
Nah. Not all of them.
Okay.
no, some of them were.
Okay.
What'd you guys think of the little girl?
The little girl.
The little girl.
I can't remember.
She's like I think she's also blind.
Oh, she
She's, like,
hangs out with him a lot.
Yeah, she hangs out with him. She starts crying when she goes bowling.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's at the end when what's her name?
She's
The
like
sister
skating
Pearl.
with Chloe Svegny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was funny. She had some funny lines when Julien was washing her feet.
Yeah. Yeah. They bounced off each other
Yeah.
pretty well.
She was like, "I'm gonna die before I die."
Uh, yeah, I'm trying to think. I liked that shot of Chloe Svegny walking through the wheat field. I think it's on one of the posters.
yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
her hair looks. Like
that
it's on
looks really
fire.
nice.
yeah.
Then there's another shot of her like with an umbrella
Mhm.
outside. And then they almost like do this like I guess it almost looks like the camera's attached to her when she's skating,
Mhm.
like that extreme close up.
Mhm.
I thought that would look pretty cool.
I was gonna bring up, there's one scene in there that is just a bunch of cuts, and it's like you can tell that he took the footage, cut it, and then put it in like a random ass order. And I always thought it'd be cool to like download the movie and take it and like edit it to rearrange it in the proper order,
Okay.
so I could figure out what's being said.
It's with the brother, right?
Yeah, it's like there's like meat on the floor and you like cook it or something. I don't know. I think it'd be just to have it, just to have like the information, like what information, like that could be like a what's the word? That could like change the whole movie potentially. Like whatever the information is, it could just be nothing. It's probably nothing big. Knowing Harmony Korine, but if it's something big, like
You never know.
I'd want to know. You just want to figure it out.
Is that before or after they get like in the wrestling match?
I think it's after.
Okay,
Exactly.
that makes sense.
But yeah, it's like that's a puzzle. Like that's like an editing puzzle.
Yeah.
Like puzzle pieces. Got to fit them together.
The basic structure of it is he kills that kid at the beginning,
Mhm.
and then you just see him at home interacting with his family,
Mhm.
seeing the way his dad is, how the dad interacts with Chris, and then you see him like helping out these like other, I guess, disabled people. And then that's pretty much the movie until the end when like Chloe Sevigny has like the miscarriage. So
there's some good foreshadowing leading up to it. Like before the black albino rapping part, there's a part where he's talking about like if you have sex with your sister, you're gonna be cursed. When she had sex with his sister.
Yeah.
There's also like I think it probably starts like he had sex with his sister, but he also kills the kid with the turtle. And it's almost like if you want to tie it to the Bible, I don't know if there's like some dude who like carries turtle doves, but it's like killing somebody who's like carrying turtle doves. And it's also a little kid.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Julien Donkey Boy like comes off as like a nice dude. And you kind of forget like the fucked up shit he does. Like even when first time I watched it, I forgot to kill the kid.
Yeah. He's likable.
He's likable,
You know?
yeah. So you feel bad, and you know, and he turns the other like he turns the other cheek. There's one other like Jesus Christ thing he did, but I forgot what it was.
It's definitely easy to like sympathize with him.
Yeah.
That scene where he's talking with Chloe Sevigny on the phone and he thinks that she's his mom.
Oh yeah.
It's like he has a lot of stuff like that, and it's
innocent.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't really mean to like do bad things, it seems. It makes it interesting though, thinking about like his relationship with his sister then.
Yeah.
Like how did that happen? You know? How do you think it happened? Do you like
they have those when the nurse asks who's the father, they show quick like they show some like images, like still images, and like some like weird music in the background, and it shows like them dancing. I think they may have been drinking too. So they're probably just having a good time, and then one thing led to another, and they had a better time.
I like that shot at the end where like he steals the baby, and then he like goes home, and he goes like under the covers, and it's almost like an ultrasound kind of. Yeah, that's what it made me think
like
of.
Returning to the womb.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah. It was weird. Pretty bleak.
I always like even though he's like schizophrenic and stuff, and you feel bad for him, I appreciate the outlook because like even though you have a handicap, like you're still bound by like the consequences of like everybody else. Like you still live in the same reality as everybody else. You know, there's no freebie. You still have to like face the repercussions of like killing somebody, or you know, having sex with your sister.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like
whether it's like karmically or directly or however, there's gonna be repercussions whether you're retarded or not.
Yeah, even if you have a disadvantage, there's like not an excuse for some things. And it's interesting though, because like sometimes your mind can make you feel like there is, you know, that's just something in life where like you feel like you might have got shortchanged, and it might make an excuse for not being like successful in a certain area, or like doing something bad in another area. But like that's not the way life is, you know.
Yeah, it's unfair to.
Life's unfair.
Life's unfair, yeah. To everybody. And
this is a good movie to like think about that a little bit.
Anything else with Julien Donkey Boy for Ken Park?
I don't feel like I forgot a lot about it, but I just don't think I like connected with it as much as you guys did. Maybe I just need to like watch it again and get past the dogma stuff. I really like the performances and like what it's doing.
I like the
thematically.
Yeah.
And like some of the shots too are pretty. But I don't know. I definitely like was more invested in Gummo than this. So this one was probably my least favorite. That's interesting though, because you guys really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is my favorite of the four.
Okay. I'm glad it exists though.
Me too.
You know?
Yeah.
I can see like why people don't like it, but I can also understand like why it's important. 1999 was a really interesting year for movies.
Yeah.
And then his next feature that he directed wasn't until 2008.
Yeah.
Mr. Lonely.
Mr. Lonely.
That's interesting.
No.
Lonely. I'm so lonely.
I'd probably give this one another fully realized, but like I guess in terms of my scale, I have to figure out how to distinguish between when I have two of the same ratings, where I like one more than the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just give this a fully realized, like
Cool.
all caps, exclamation,
Exclamation. Underline.
bold.
Italicized.
This will go on my 20 experimental movies you probably haven't heard of YouTube video.
That's a good one.
It's like some Watch Mojo.
Yeah, no, that's funny though. Let me think. I was gonna say something else. What was I gonna say? I forget. I'd probably give this. I think for me, because I really like some of like the techniques they use, because like some of the stuff might work or might not work, but either way, it's cool to see something that like is experimental and it does work. But also just like thematically, and when it comes to the Bible, this is like his most Bible-oriented movie.
A lot of religion.
Yeah,
in
a
it.
lot of religion. Like even that last kid, that's it, that last kid, the Jewish kid. He said, I don't know if I heard this right or not, but he said I'm gonna curse you out, I'm Jewish or some shit like that. And then when Chloe Svegny falls, the Jewish kid is looking at Chloe Svegny and he's like singing some Jewish shit. He's like a Heim or a curse or something. But it's, I don't know, it felt like some Jew versus Christian stuff. I don't know what that movie needs to be. I just see this movie more as like a puzzle.
Makes you think about it.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
the movie really got me the first time and this time. But even this time, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like Harmony Korine's definitely somebody who's like comes across and like definitely is he's definitely somebody who like is open with saying like he doesn't put a lot of thought in like some of the things he does. Like it just feels right. Or it's like instinct based. But there's something about this movie that feels a little bit more like deliberate, or like just like he puts stuff in there that's like whether or not it's deliberate, it's tied to something else. You know,
It's conceptual.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like hints.
Yeah, they feel like hints, whether or not they are. I just want to find out like more about it. Like I want to download it and do that editing thing.
Make like your own analysis video of it.
Yeah,
or something.
I'd probably give it. Like an 8.8 out of 10.
Damn. Okay.
Like just
pretty cool.
0.1 point above Gummo. I like it just like that more than Gummo. Gummo's cool to watch, but like this movie, I'm like in like the puzzle.
Inspired by.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this was a cool movie.
Okay, and then Ken Park.
Ken Park.
I'm gonna let you guys start this one.
I'd heard about Ken Park like before I'd seen it. Feel like the same time I probably like found the kids Wikipedia and then clicked on one thing and it led to like the Gummo Wikipedia and then you find like Ken Park. And I remember just hearing like Ken Park was supposed to like be like an NC-17 type of movie.
Yep.
And never checked it out. And then you start talking about Harmony Korine and it's like, okay, this one is directed by Larry Clark. This was kind of like the Harmony Korine Larry Clark episode.
Yeah.
We've talked about Bully.
We've
Yeah.
gone through most of Larry Clark's filmography.
I'd say
now,
I'm a
too.
Larry Clark fan.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed all
You should
of
check
his
out
movies.
his. What's I forget the name of like his most recent like narrative features, but
They don't look.
It's
quite as-
goofy.
Yeah, they don't look.
One
as
of them's
good.
called like What's Up Rockers.
oh, is that that's the other skater one, right?
I think so.
What's the name? Of
I don't like that name. What's Up?
the other one. It's a two-parter. He made one and then he made a sequel to it.
Yeah.
It takes place in
yeah.
like Texas.
I know what you're talking about. What the fuck's it called?
This movie similar. I'd heard about it,
Mhm.
and you look, but then part of me is I don't know. I I was too embarrassed to watch it, I guess. And
Yeah, this movie's
It's rough.
before being commissioned to, and
this movie definitely gets a response out of you. Like
It's
no matter
called
what.
It's called Marfa Girl.
yeah, Marfa
What the
Girl.
fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. That's the thing that sucks about digital, or like, cause I don't know, and not to say digital like versus film to bring it up, but like, I don't know if you've seen stills from Marfa Girl, but like that's the shit that makes me like be annoyed by digital, because like I've seen you make things that look visually striking, you know, and sometimes
the
it's-
neuroplasticity.
yeah,
You just might not mix well with digital.
yeah,
Could be
I guess
it.
so.
Yeah, this movie's a trip. You know,
Yeah.
pretty bleak. Definitely bleaker than like Bully and Kids. I think. Kind of in a way. Feels like sometimes it goes out of its way to just like see how far can I push the audience.
Yeah.
You know, but. It's interesting because in a way it seems more of like a Larry Clark movie because in the
Yeah.
end it says like
It felt-
based on characters.
Well, originally
Kids was
he
too.
had written a script, and because it was based on it was based on it like a
Mhm.
true story, but he just didn't like it, and that's why he commissioned Harmony Korine to write it for him. But yeah, it definitely felt like maybe like Harmony Korine like maybe like patched up the dialogue or shit like that,
Mhm.
but it still felt very Larry Clark,
Mhm.
and I would say even more than Kids.
Mhm. Something about the writing felt off.
It was more like plot heavy
Mhm.
instead of like world immersive.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
It's because like everything the character said, like it, I don't know,
It
was,
felt like some first draft shit. To me.
yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is. It Harmony Korine probably wrote a first draft.
Yeah, and that's it.
and
yeah.
and with the intention of doing more, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go make this film now. You
Yeah.
know,
I liked it and I thought it was interesting,
It was interesting.
but there's parts where it just seems like these characters are gonna have events happen to them.
the thing that's annoying is that like the reason I don't like it is not because of like how uncomfortable or boundary pushing it is. It's because it's like it's just not executed as well as it could have been. You know.
yeah, I agree.
Like you think about things like this guy made a game changing movie. He
Mhm.
made Kids, you know. And I don't know. It's just okay.
Mhm.
That's what I feel about Ken Park.
Mhm.
I do think it's interesting though, like for the most gratuitous scene, like at the end when they're all like fucking and shit, is that like I don't know, as like this movie feels like it deals with like emotion and problems and aggression and that's what its focus is.
Mhm.
But it's almost like a hippie thing to like end in like love almost, right?
Yeah.
They kind of just resolve their issues in this like youthful basking in love and expression in a way that feels very like of Larry Clark's day when
Mhm.
he was their age.
Yeah.
Also, the girl Peaches, that's like I don't know if they're still together, but like that was like his partner for like
Larry Clark.
yeah
What?
yeah
What?
yeah like they were together they got together around like 2000, and like they've been like seen together I think since like 2016.
God damn.
He's like 50 years older than her.
Yeah, that's
And he let these kids fuck her too.
yeah, for real.
That's one thing. I don't know how they got that made, because it's kind of like child porn.
I don't.
I
how
mean,
old are
everyone
they?
was
Yeah,
of
they
age
have
or
to be-
older.
yeah, you have to be of age.
But,
It's illegal.
I mean,
It
it
feels like
depicts
it could have been, you know.
Yeah.
Like if they told you like if like they told you like Sean or Claude was like 16 or 17.
Yeah, I would have believed.
It's not without
Yeah. It's not.
the realm of possibility,
Yeah.
you know.
But for legality, like they have to be 18.
No, yeah, I get
Yeah.
that, but
Or we'd know. About
that's
that
kind of like that's risky, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's cool that they did make that, because that is something that is like an aspect of life, you know. Like people don't necessarily wait till they're 18 to have sex, you know. But
Did you guys? I'm just kidding. You don't answer, guys. You don't have to answer.
It's interesting too. Or I wanted to learn more about this girl. Her name's Tiffany Lemos, and on her Wikipedia it talks about how like she like in the 2000s like worked under Quentin Tarantino
Oh shit.
and was the assistant for like I think Spike Lee or some other people. I'm like, what the fuck was she doing?
Yeah.
And then I don't know, it kind of like the Wikipedia feels like it was written like 10 years ago or something like that. It
Mhm.
hasn't been updated. But it seemed like she was doing stuff. She had scripts or whatever, and she worked with people. I don't know. Interesting. It's just it fascinates me.
Yeah, that is
And-
the interesting thing about like the threesome at the end, I guess, is all the characters kind of have like something fucked up with them sexually.
Yeah.
And then this is like a time where that goes away.
Yeah, this is like threesomes because like they're so like taboo, and they're so like, you know, like people feel like there's a lot of people feel conflicted about it. Like my words are
Yeah.
conflicted about it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like the only moment where like these characters feel like
Liberated.
like
Yeah.
you know that they're like smiling, laughing, and having a good time, doing something that most people, I don't know about most people, but like some people would definitely look like frown upon or
In
would
general,
hate.
it's
Yeah.
just kind of seen as
Yeah.
different. The way it's shot too isn't like very.
It's not
erotic.
pornographic.
No.
It almost has that observatory like nature that kids has,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
In like porn, you're trying to like see everything,
Mhm.
and like this doesn't feel like that.
No, like it even
Um,
shows them like talking and shit. Like about their
Yeah,
dreams
yeah.
and shit.
There's like one scene where like Sean's just like looking at something on the counter, and they're just like having sex, but it's like just like it's like so normal.
Yeah,
It feels just like I don't know.
It doesn't have like the I don't know, almost disturbingly heightened reality that porn
Nah,
sometimes
nah.
porn sometimes has.
Now
where
what-
it's like fucking. Now it
What-
felt more like making love.
yeah.
What was weird was
dad?
Tate.
Oh, Tate. Yeah, Tate was such a dude. Yeah, Tate was such a because like he was like they say like he was friends with them, but they don't show him together. They just show him with the grandparents.
Yeah,
They're never together either.
No.
None of the friends like. There's like a picture with them all,
Yeah, at the beginning.
but they never like.
and since this is based on Larry Clark's life, are one of these characters supposed to be him, or is like
I
are
don't
these just
know.
all his friends?
Who do you think Larry Clark would be?
That's what I'm saying. Like
Would he be Tate?
these peaches.
peaches.
I don't know.
Tate's character.
Tate
He
was
was-
also he was the pimp in Tangerine.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what
Oh
dude,
shit!
That's him. You guys see him jack
Oh fuck!
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
off? Yeah.
that's so weird.
Yeah, it's the same dude.
Oh, I really liked him in Tangerine. I can see it now. Damn. That's so weird.
Yeah.
He's we talked about he's also in It Chapter 2. He shows up in the
Yeah.
strangest places.
What the fuck?
I like I mean, I like his character because of how like off it feels.
He's
you know?
strange.
He's just like they say that at the beginning, like he thinks in strange ways and shit. Oh no, they say he thinks differently than other people. But it's like he's like that's what happens when you like spoil a kid. You know, like you spoil a kid so bad that he kills the parents, you know? Like he's just always yelling at them, he's like abusing them.
It's
He
not
abuses
even
his
like
dog.
the movie doesn't even show like the grandparents doing anything to really deserve this treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice to him.
They're nice to him, and then he's just like he gets like super picky about like dumb shit, and then he even basically says that in like the confession tape, where he's like, "I killed my grandpa because he's a cheater
Yeah.
at fucking Scrabble."
Yeah.
I find it interesting, but it's just like also I don't know. It doesn't connect the same way though, like in how Kids does,
No.
or even
no,
like Bully.
no.
Like the whole, like watching him jack off with the thing around, that obviously like wasn't faked.
No,
And
he
that's just
came in
so-
he came in everything.
That's so
They
weird.
showed his cum running down his hand,
Yeah.
and he was also suffocating himself.
Yeah, while watching tennis.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's so funny.
How do you get like? That'd be interesting, like to be on the set, just like
Mm-hmm.
what the set was like that day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's another thing too, because like credits wise, it's co-directed and co-shot by Larry Clark and Ed Lachman. And Ed Lachman is mostly a notable cinematographer. He did The Virgin Suicides
Oh.
and actually
Huh.
a whole bunch of like movies. I don't know. I just but I don't know.
I was gonna say like the cinematography was pretty good. Like the colors, they used some good colors. All the houses, I noticed it mostly in like the third act. But like all the houses were green and red, or like green and warm.
Oh.
Those are like the main color palettes, and then it would shift between that and like lots of blues, like just heavy blue. Like when he's on the bed after killing the grandparents, like the whole thing's blue.
Yeah.
And then after, I forget the name of the one kid, but he's like moving out, he's leaving. After his dad came
Claude.
in. Claude, he's leaving, and like the scene was packing up all his shit. It's just all blue. It's just entirely blue. So it's just interesting colors.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
remember that.
it's just it's especially like when they're shifting between like him killing the grandparents and him like confessing. It's just good. A good way to show like time passing.
Yeah. Claude's mom's Amanda Plummer.
Oh yeah,
Honey Bunny from Pulp Fiction.
I didn't know that. Oh, how'd you guys feel about the dad?
Peach's dad.
No, I mean his
He was
that did
interesting.
too, but the other dad, Sean's,
Claude's dad.
Claude's dad, yeah.
I thought like they were kind of hinting at like Claude maybe being gay.
Oh really?
Yeah, I feel like there were like some subtle things. Just like with the way he was. Remember when he's talking to the kid on the phone before his dad comes back? And he's like saying like trying to get the kid to hang out with him tonight.
Mhm.
And then they don't, and he's like, I mean, the connotation's probably different, but he said like, all right, we can hook up tomorrow.
Mhm.
You know? Like you could just be saying that to like, yeah, let's hang out. But I don't know. It seemed like he wanted to like get the kid to come over there. Like really badly.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So
I didn't think much about that part. I
and
totally
then
forgot
there's
about
the part at the beginning where the dad's working out and the dad asks him like, do you mess around with girls?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I fuck a lot of girls. And then he's like, what about guys? And Claude kind of comes off like, why would you ask that?
Mhm.
But it's not like there's something about it where it almost seems like he's trying to hide it maybe.
Mhm.
And then it's like the dad picks up on it.
Mm.
I feel, thinking back on the movie now, I remember enjoying it while I was watching it, but I think it was more just like curiosity.
Mm.
Like, where's this gonna go?
That's how I
How's
felt.
this
watching
gonna
it.
come together?
Yeah, you definitely.
And now I look back on it, and then now it's just kind of like it's
def-
just really weird.
It's definitely a bit of a mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like maybe Larry Clark knew what he wanted, but everyone else kind of just felt that way. Like, this is weird.
Yeah. It has that energy. Like the crew is like this weird. Yeah.
I guess it's kind of trying to say something about like parenting, you know,
I can see that.
because
yeah.
everyone kind of has like a fucked up relationship with their parents. I think the most interesting one is like Peach's dad, because at first it seems like
Like,
he's
it's
just
normal.
protective of her because he's religious, but then you realize like he kind of uses the religious thing as an excuse to like make her seem like his daughter's his wife because they
Yeah.
look alike.
Yeah.
That one I found the most interesting because then it's like it's like you're using something else to project your own problem onto someone.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty cool concept. But then everyone else, like Sean just having like the affair with his girlfriend's mom,
Mhm.
it's just like it's there.
Yeah,
It doesn't really come back to mean a whole lot.
he doesn't seem to have any problems. Like
No.
He seems to have it pretty good. Like
He does have it
like,
pretty good.
he fucks his girlfriend's mom and he fucks Peaches.
I feel like
And his girlfriend, probably.
Yeah, and his girlfriend. Yeah.
some of these stories felt like they might have been like better suited to like over like a drink with Larry Clark at a bar or something like
Mhm.
that, and it doesn't translate to film. You know,
No.
It seemed
Like-
like it could at first, and then you're like, it doesn't really.
I just
Come
I
together.
think maybe it's just the structure.
It,
I feel like the
yeah.
problem's in the script because the script felt like a first draft.
and also the main producer for the film too. Like he hated it, and
Really?
he took his name off of, or he wanted to
Wow.
take his name out. He didn't want to be associated with it either.
That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, like you can see why. Like I didn't know anything about Ken Park. I thought it was gonna be cool as fuck.
I did too.
I saw like you look
I
at the
did
poster
too.
and you're like, this looks
This is
fucking
gonna be
cool.
good. The
Like, it's
guy
just
who
a
did
kid-
Kids.
Yeah, the guy who did Kids. Like you see like the opening shot's pretty popular. Where it's like the Ken Park killing himself
Yeah.
in
That
the skate
seems
park.
cool.
I was like, I saw that image. I'm like, that movie looks fucking cool. And then you watch it, I'm like, man, this
Hmm.
movie's putting me in like a weird mood right now. You know?
Yeah.
That's to me like honestly it makes kids feel more like a fluke, like
Yeah, like
Mm,
I don't want to say
or maybe fluke's the wrong word, but it felt more like a time and place thing. And
Yeah.
then like Larry Clark was a little
one
bit,
hit
like
wonder.
out of his moment,
yeah.
and then everything else after that
Mm.
kind of like it feels in the shadow of Kids, right?
Yeah.
that's fair.
You watch
Mhm.
Bully,
That's
you
fair.
you watch Ken Park, you can't help but think of like this is the
Yeah.
guy who made Kids.
That's fair because I feel like Kids is like up here, and I really like Bully, but Bully isn't Kids.
No.
And
yeah.
then this is kind of just like Kids, but they're actually showing it to you.
Yeah.
But
They're
without
I
without
was
any of the
talking-
other interesting stuff
Yeah.
that Kids have.
I was talking to
Yeah.
Elwood and he was like, Ken Park's kind of like a sequel to Kids. I'm like, yeah, I can just kind of see that.
It's like explicit
It's
kids.
it's the
Yeah.
deleted scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the deleted scenes
Oh,
compiled, yeah.
Mm,
There's still parts of it that I like though.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's like awful or a bad film. It's just like it's disappointing. To
it
be
doesn't
honest.
hit as hard now. It almost seems like it's trying to impose some type of
This one feels more preachy than Kids.
yeah,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure, yeah.
It feels like it's trying to impose a message a little bit, and it's still kind of like rough, and there's
Yeah.
like a little bit of room for interpretation, but also too, it's like some of it's like pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Like my favorite one's probably like Peaches and her dad, but you get the idea of that pretty.
Mhm.
That has like a point,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then it's just interesting, like going back to Sean's one, where he chooses to like actually show like pussy eating.
Yeah. And like,
It's a strange choice.
And just to hold the shot too. And
Yeah.
he's like looking up at her. And
Yeah.
honestly, it feels like he's looking at me. Like it feels weird.
It's almost like it feels like the actors are a little uncomfortable.
mhm. Yeah.
How many times do you think when they had to do the sexual acts, they had to do multiple takes?
That'd be interesting. I hope not too much, you know. Like how many times did he have to like jack off before Larry
Yeah, I
Clark's
seen
like
with
this will
the-
be the
probably-
one we'll use?
There have to be like at least like 20 half-hour breaks in between each one.
Oh yeah.
He's probably just like,
And then he has
I
to
think
like
that first one had to be it, you know?
he probably has to jack off in front of like several people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the boom guy.
Yeah. Probably some like
Some
some
guy's like trying to, he's like,
someone's in the
"Don't
corner
aim
like
at me, kid."
eating a donut or something. I mean, maybe not, but probably Larry Clark looking at you.
Yeah. With his old ass face, like,
Larry Clark's also jacking off.
oh yeah, like Lars von Trier, just like no pants either.
Yeah.
I thought some of the deliveries, like some of the acting was a little bit.
Yeah.
Which performances?
The main kid that I noticed it with was the kid who got tied up by Peaches.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
His deliveries were all like the
Yeah.
exact same, like energy, everything. He said everything in the exact same tone. That scene was pretty good though.
When he
It's-
gets
it's-
beat up,
Yeah.
that's like, oh fuck. That's it. I was actually kind of getting
I like
nervous.
how it's cut when
Yeah,
the guy gets into.
that was
him.
good. because it shows her tying him up and like you know what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, my dad's at the cemetery, but then you see him coming back and you're like, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And like you just know something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then he bites them too,
Mm-hmm.
which was
He bites the arm.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bizarre movie.
And you have to give him credit for that. He did make another thing that happened to be never
Yeah.
before and never again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Sometimes is it worth it?
Never again.
do you feel like a big draw of the movie though is just like there's explicit scenes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Or like I think it's that with the asteroid. Or how is he going to execute this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how is this going to fit into the actual movie? And then you realize that, or like you know, the movie has a plot and it has things it's exploring, but you never get past. Oh, these are explicit scenes. This is a film filled with explicit scenes.
Yeah.
I could never get past that while I was watching it.
It's like with kids, there was like so much there that you didn't need to have like actual explicit scenes.
Yeah.
And this is like you're making up for it with that.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, this movie I almost wish Ken Park was about Ken Park. Like I was very interested in seeing more Ken Park stuff.
Yeah, you get
It's cool.
like,
I mean, it's cool to see him like kill himself at the beginning and tie it up at the end. And you could tell he just was like, I'm gonna call it Ken Park, but I'm gonna make it, you know, about like this stuff going around or after Ken Park kills himself. Like that's interesting. But like Ken Park stuff was like kind of interesting too. I wanted to see more of it.
No, yeah. Because he basically did it because he like got his girlfriend pregnant.
Yeah,
That's the way they make it seem.
I would have liked to have seen like his last day in high school or some shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that
yeah.
would have been cool to see. With like some sex scene in there, and then you could have the NC-17 shit there. I did kind of like the God, I keep forgetting the name of the kid with the short hair and the gay dad.
Claude.
What'd you think of the scene where the dad comes home drunk?
I thought he was gonna try and do something weird because like they don't pick up any prostitutes.
No.
Then he goes and looks.
Red flag number 1 for Elijah. That dude in the car with Claude's dad.
He's been in other shit.
He's in Office Space.
Really?
Yeah, he's the.
That guy's
He's a
in
dude.
a lot of
Have you
stuff.
seen the
Yeah,
Office
yeah.
Space?
I haven't seen Office Space.
Okay, I won't spoil it. But he's like one of the dudes from yeah, he's like one of the main like he's the jump to conclusions guy in the Office Space.
Oh shit.
I like how Ken Park's on the like cover. The poster.
Mhm.
Even though he has like 10 seconds of screen time.
Yeah, that shot where he kills himself looks so
That's a really
It
good
looks so
scene.
cool.
Yeah.
especially like skate parks are so I like the way skate parks look. So like having a kid kill himself at a skate park and I don't know, I thought it was a cool shot.
Yeah, this guy's been in oh, the guy from at the end of Saving Private Ryan, the guy who plays like Ryan at the very end after he's aged.
Oh.
He's Tate's grandpa.
Oh really?
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then that guy's also he has a few scenes in House of a Thousand Corpses, the Rob Zombie
Really?
movie.
Cool.
Yeah.
You think Larry Clark is like proud and likes the movie?
Probably. I don't know. He might not be proud of anything. I feel like he's an all or nothing type of guy.
Yeah.
He's like either he is or he isn't.
It's strange that he made this after Bully.
All right. Well,
It's strange that what he's making now or what he made recently.
he made this one back to back with another film. I forget the name, but it's like supposed to be a B movie, but it's similar where it's just like where it's like it's a post-apocalyptic B movie, but with just like a whole bunch of like
Nudity or something.
nudity and sex, but
Mhm.
like with like the aesthetic and interest of like Larry Clark. You know, it's
Mm.
like from the guy a B movie from the guy who made Kids
Mhm.
is basically what it is. But like I don't know if you guys have seen. It has Peaches in it. She's in it.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
And I don't know. The makeup is just it's a B movie. It's so
Mhm.
strange and like why did he choose like and especially like in the course of a year to do these two projects?
Mm.
I don't know. That's what I guess that's what I mean by like when I think of Kids as a fluke is you don't expect the Kids guy to do this, but then again, That's actually makes perfect sense. Never mind.
Mhm.
I like shit like that,
Yeah,
even if it's bad.
I like it whenever it's like imagine this director tackling this genre. But yeah, Ken Park.
There are some moments of dialogue I do like,
Mhm.
thinking back on it. There's that scene where Sean's laying with the mom, and then he just starts asking her questions, and you can tell she doesn't really want to answer him,
Mhm.
but she kind of does anyways.
I like it when he asks like, "Do you have a bigger dick than your husband?"
She like responds immediately
Yeah,
too.
she says yeah, but it's like
It's
that
not-
didn't feel truthful.
no. Whether it's like true or not, she was gonna say that
It
anyways.
didn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just interesting too, because like he's at a point where he's like probably having like trying to figure out like romantic shit probably. And then it's like she already kind of has it figured out, but there's something about her that just like fucks with her.
Mhm.
And she can't like be honest with this guy.
Mhm.
It feels just like something like when she's done with him, she's like when she's like achieved her use out of him, she's just gonna like throw him away.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't. She said she doesn't love him or anything.
No, yeah. I like that part. I'm trying to think though. None of the other dialogue is really too striking. Some of the voiceovers are interesting, but bizarre movie.
Anything else you guys want to say about it?
Not much. Let me think.
What's Ken Park's alternative title?
Oh, okay. Let me think.
What's like the biggest theme of it?
Sex.
Sex,
Yeah, sex.
parents.
Sex, parenting,
Freedom.
freedom, repressed homosexuality,
Yeah, repressed sexuality.
repressed sexuality.
Everyone's in like a weird sexual relationship.
Yeah.
The guy like he likes to choke himself. Yeah. Peaches has to marry her dad.
Yeah.
That's awkward. That would suck.
It's a good alternative title. I like how they do take some good advantage of like the nudity. Like when the dad comes home and he's peeing, they're like, "Fuck it." Shows,
Yeah,
shows
shows-
dick,
That was
shows,
kind of
shows
that
dick.
was interesting.
It's like, shows dick.
Tate kills his parents or his grandparents,
Grandparents,
and then
He got
he's
an
like
erection.
he gets an erection until the dog barks.
Yeah. Tate was a funny ass.
I did like that one shot of Tate with like the blood on him,
on the bed.
like right before he tells the story of how he killed them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was like, oh shit, something happened. I thought at first he like cut his wrists.
Mm.
Then he eats the fucking piece of cake before killing them.
Yeah, the Boston, whatever.
It's like a big fuck you too, because he said like my grandma made this whenever like it was a special occasion.
Yeah.
Damn.
She cared about
It's
him.
sad. That part is really
That
sad.
that's like super fucked up, you
And
know?
then the grandma says, "I love you," before she
Yeah.
before he kills him.
What a fucking douchebag.
Like the grandma was like, it's like what's the word? True unconditional love to the very end.
Yeah. I feel that's just like fucking with the audience though.
No, yeah, it is
We're-
100%.
We're gonna make this character who just like no matter how like his family treats him, he's just not gonna like him.
Yeah.
And then do fucked up shit to them just to piss you off. That's kind of
Yeah,
what that feels
I wonder
like.
how true that is to like real life, you know, and because I agree with you what you say, like just
It doesn't feel like he's not a character. He's just like
feels constructed.
yeah.
Mhm. We got 4 viewers. What the fuck?
Hey, shout out to the film fans out
What up
there.
to
Let
the
us know what you
extras
think
who just
about
joined?
Ken Park.
If you've seen it.
I want to like Ken Park more, but then I'm like thinking
There's not
that's, like,
much.
Would you guys ever watch Ken Park again?
I already
maybe
did. For the podcast. Do you think? All right, let me see. This is your friend Angel.
Angel's still on?
Do you
Hey.
think do you think rather than it being a fluke, it's more so that Larry Clark just started to feed into his rep? It could
Oh.
be. I mean, he was also
that's fair.
I
he
mean,
was also getting old, you know.
yeah, he's old and it's not like he stopped like being an addict. So
No.
I think you know it's just a natural decline.
Yeah, I think so
Um,
too. That's what I would. Especially seeing what he made recently. Like, I
Yeah.
saw the posters. And I was like,
It doesn't look
Exactly.
Great.
nah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Larry.
I might recommend it now. Just to
Maybe
see.
I would.
I
still
kinda-
watch
I
I'm
it.
kind of want to see it
curious.
now.
Yeah.
To be
I'm
honest, I kinda wanna
curious.
see it.
Yeah, if you do it, I don't.
He made a movie
wouldn't
in
hate you.
between Kids and Bully called something Paradise, Trouble in Paradise or
Mm.
something, and doesn't look bad,
Mm.
but
I mean, I don't know. It's just interesting because I think I told you guys. I saw this video of him. It's like from like 2014, something like that. But he was just in France selling like behind the scenes stills from Bully, but like $100 a photo.
Motherfucker.
So I mean, he's just a human. He's just doing
Yeah.
human things, I guess.
I think I'd watch Ken Park one more time just because I know what happens, and to see like how like knowing what happens like affects my experience. Because this I was kind of like, okay, this is building up to something,
Mhm.
and then it just has like even though something weird kind of weird happens at the end of the stories, it's like a bit of a flat line.
I can see that. Yeah.
So it's like knowing this will happen. Will the experience be better, worse, or like the same?
Yeah. It's like putting Mentos in some soda, and it just like doesn't really
It-
happen. And
It's
then it suddenly grows a penis. It's just weird.
like the last line of the movie is like, would you rather have had your mother abort you? And he's quiet,
And he kills
probably
himself,
insinuating like, yeah, I wish I was aborted.
yeah. Mhm.
And that's like the theme stated.
Yeah.
So
You think Larry Clark wishes he was aborted?
I don't know.
Maybe
probably
after,
doesn't
maybe
think
after
of it
making that movie.
He probably doesn't
I'm just
care.
kidding.
Maybe during, yeah.
Maybe during. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen his girlfriend get just fucked all the time.
mean,
Yeah.
Larry Clark's like an interesting artist because like the stuff he makes, even it's all interesting. You
Yeah,
know? I'm
it
sure
is, to be honest.
I'm sure Tulsa's probably cool as fuck. I'd like to
We
check
got- we
that
got-
out.
I still gotta show you guys. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just had to
And
look.
like,
Did you get it?
you can't you could only look at it inside the room. They won't let you take it out
Wow.
because it's like super rare.
whoa.
Damn, we're gonna have to get it.
But like,
Some delicious licks.
it's almost like for Larry Clark, in order for him to have had to make this like interesting art, his life's had to be like super fucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Once you
describes
see Tulsa, you'll
you'll get yeah.
There's one sequence of images that have been taken like takes place over like 10 years. It's very sad. It's very very sad. It's not even about him.
It's just like, yeah, you gotta get.
It's crazy.
He's been to some dark places,
Yeah.
probably.
All right, now I gotta show you guys that.
Yeah, I'm really
digging it.
curious.
I've been wanting
Yeah.
to check it out. She told me that UNLV library had it.
I'd say
Let's
like
go on Thursday.
Yeah, we can do that.
that
yeah.
sounds good.
Oh wait, we're not on campus on Thursday. It's online.
Damn.
We can go.
I'll be
We'll
there,
figure it
But
out.
yeah,
I mean, we can develop film that day or something too.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad
if you
idea.
guys do that, let me know. I'd like to watch you guys and hang out. Or
Let's see if we can get you in. They're
Oh,
kinda-
okay.
They seem.
Did you bring your rolls?
No, to be honest, I'm gonna shoot when I get home right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to shoot as soon as as soon as we're done.
I'd go kids bully this Ken Park.
What about Julien Donkey? Or you're talking about
Just Larry Clark, yeah. I think for all of them, I'd go kids. I was gonna go Ken Park, but then it's like we talk about it a little bit more, and I'm thinking about it's like I don't know how I feel about this movie. I'd go Gummo. Then I did enjoy Ken Park more than Julien Donkey.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give Kim Park. I'd give it like a. I'd probably like a 6.9.
Yeah, that's fair.
6.9.
Ken Park goes on the list of like top 10 movies with real sex scenes.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the number one. What do you mean?
This is like in the top 3.
I'd probably. Yeah, I'd give this. You're out of your element. Or not
He
even
got
not
lost
even,
in the element.
Yeah, not even element moment. You're out of your moment. You know, sometimes people only have like a half-life in terms of like creative wise, that feels like they're making like true substantial work for a certain period of time, and they can make stuff still outside of that, but everyone's only going to remember them for this one time.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel there was like some missed potential with this.
Easily,
there was, because there are like some cool ideas flowing around, but they don't fulfill it all the way.
I'm still trying to.
I'd give it a 6 out of. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
For now, I'd give it the positive,
Like
the slightly positive.
Not quite, a little bit below average.
Yeah.
All right, time to get to the hardest part. What are we gonna choose for the next episode, everybody?
Yeah. We already know. So
Yeah.
next is Mr. Lonely. Spring Breakers, cool.
Spring
Trash
Break.
Humpers.
Trash Humpers.
Trash
Oh,
Humpers.
yeah, no, Trash Humper. No, Mr. Lonely, then Trash Humpers, then Spring Breakers, then Beach Bum. Okay, cool.
This will be interesting.
I'm excited for this one.
They're all like different movies from what it seems like.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure being like a Harmony Korine fan when Spring Breakers came out was a fucking trip. I bet they're like, what the
For real.
fuck?
That
Like
was a
Selena
moment. That was
Gomez
a
in
moment right
movie.
there.
James Franco's in that movie.
Spring Breakers looks like kind of like a modern version of like Harmony Korine directing something like Kids. That's just the way it looks.
It definitely feels like topical like that in terms of like
It's definitely it's definitely different.
But then
Yeah.
it's a different like, and it's like
the thing I've always heard about that movie is like people said like people either like thought it was really shitty or
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be shitty and then it was cool.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I like James Franco a lot in that movie.
Everyone has a weird reaction to it, so there's got to be something interesting about the movie.
Dude, then the Beach Bum has fucking Matthew McConaughey,
Snoop Dogg,
Snoop Dogg, Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
The Beach Bum is pretty crazy. I actually really like, now thinking
Martin
back to the
Lawrence.
Beach Bum, I really like the Beach Bum.
Mhm.
Imagine having like Julien Donkey Boy and the Beach Bum in your filmography. That's so strange.
Yeah. Harmony Korine's an interesting guy.
Gummo.
I'm excited too. I mean, that all 4 films are going to be directed by him, because I feel like we talked a lot about Larry Clark. On our
Yeah,
Harmony
It was
the-
like
the
half
Larry
a Larry Clark episode.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Park was more of a Larry Clark movie though. In a way, if
Yeah.
we didn't talk about that one, it wouldn't have been like
Yeah, that one. It's like whenever Harmony Korine like writes something, it's like you definitely have to talk about Harmony Korine. But
I feel like his contribution though to Ken Park wasn't as substantial as it was to Kids.
A lot of these
No.
credits feel like they're just written and not really.
yeah,
There was something I
actual
saw on like the Ken Park credit, and I don't know, maybe I'm sure like other movies have this, but it just made me think about Ken Park in particular. One of the credits was production therapist.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's funny. All right, so you guys want to call it there? So
Yeah.
all
How
right,
long
for
were we?
We still
3
got
hours
some.
31. We have 3 viewers.
Dang! Thanks for tuning in,
Oh.
everybody.
Yeah,
Harmony
appreciate it.
Korine fans
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
Larry Clark.
And Screen Tongue fans, hopefully.
That's true.
Yeah. First and foremost, Screen Tongue
Yeah.
fans.
All right. So yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. We got 2 new followers. Cool. All right. So yeah, tune into episode 20 again, part 2. I put the movies on this one, but I forgot to change it from 19 to 20. So my bad. But yeah, this is not episode 19. Episode 20, part 1. Next is part 2, Harmony Korine special. And yeah, that's it. You guys have a good one. Tune in next time.
Thanks for listening.
Peace out, film fans.
This is Bat Country.